Right. We nicknamed him the Hole in Wonder because he would get the most hole in ones out of all of us. Yep.
I feel like that's what they call you in Manhattan.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Section 10 podcast. Here are your hosts, Jared Carabas, Coley Mick, Steve Perrault, and Tyler Milliken.
Episode 625, presented by Calci. It is the home of your 27 and 39 last place Boston Red Sox. My name is Jared Carabas, and I am a certified G and a bona fide stud, and you can't teach that in this right here. This is Coley Mick, and he's 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that in this right here. This is Tyler Milliken, and he killed his dog bullet. And you can't teach that. Bada boom, realest guys in the room. Steve, how you doing?
Woo! What up, Section 10 of the building?
In the motherfucking building. Brewed by Blue Moon.
Suck one.
Produced by Jose. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Section10merch.com, patreon.com/section10podcast. We get the bonus pod dropping tomorrow. By the way, I do want to make a comment on this because I saw we did our movie heroes draft. Mikey getting a lot of love for his roster. Coley getting a lot of love for his roster. Obviously, my roster was the best, but people were saying, oh, the team's so bad that this is what they have to do. We would have done this anyway. Like clean 40. Clean 40 has like baseball sprinkled in, but it's just like a lot of us dicking around. The bonus pod, Clean 40 on the Patreon. I can almost guarantee you that we would have done this if the Red Sox had the best record in baseball.
Yeah.
Did you guys do? Oh yeah, tomorrow is the villains draft, right?
Mm-hmm. Thursday.
Okay,
villains.
So I don't even have to. All right, I'm not even a part of that because I did the heroes draft. All right,
Yeah.
all right. Type. Shout out to our presenting sponsor, Calci. On Calci, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning that there's no house. And as the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position for a limited time. Download the Calci app and use the promo code SECTION10 to get $10 when you trade 10. That's Calci, Kalshi. Trade on anything.
I don't know what to do. I don't have anything written.
Why not?
Why would you?
The Red Sox big blow. What's next? None of us know. I hope we all go.
Yeah, that kind of went to you.
Yeah. That might be Taikus of the year. That's the
Give me the
Taikus of the
lab,
year
baby.
nominee. Write it down.
That really hurts my feelings. It had been months since you nominated one. And the first one where I didn't put any thought into it, you're like, best thought you've had in a very long time.
That's a great Taikus right there, is it not?
Mm-hmm. I hope we all go. I love that.
Yeah.
I don't remember what I said. I kind of let it come to me.
Yeah, I mean, that's a Taikus of the year nominee right there.
Thank you.
Yeah, I can't wait to look back at that one at the end of the year and be like, man, that's what we were all feeling. You put into words what we were all feeling, but you did it in a haiku form.
At the rate we're going, I'm probably not going to write another haiku this year, so I'm happy to end on a very strong note.
Tactical nuke incoming!
We'll get there.
I'm like that.
With it.
What do
I
you
was
call
so
it?
pumped right there.
Pablo's dog. What is it?
Huh? Who's Pablo?
Oh, the
you know,
Pavlov.
Yep, that one.
Pablo's dog.
Who the fuck is Pablo, dude?
Whatever.
Dude,
whatever
what are you
it's called.
saying?
I was right in terms of where I was going. I just
No,
forgot
you
the dude's
weren't.
name.
No,
I
you
just forgot
weren't.
his
You know
name.
what I mean. Pablo's
Yeah,
cat.
Pablo's cat. You ever heard that?
The theory.
Yeah.
When I hear that, I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh,
we're
Put him in
good.
a box. You know what I mean?
That was crazy, T.
It's Pavlov's theory, T. There's not even a dog in there.
There's no the experiments with dogs though, where they
It was
like
with
make
dogs.
them
Yeah,
salivate.
Okay,
he would ring a bell. The dog would salivate. Yeah.
Pablo's dog.
Pablo.
Hey, Pop.
Pablo's dog, man. That's crazy.
What about Pablo's dog?
Yeah, go on.
Oh
I
yeah,
think he heard Stop and Shop and he started like looking for notes.
Not even. It means we're getting towards the end. Like I kind of loosen up a little bit. I'm tight when the
okay.
podcast starts usually.
Why you tight?
Just we're about to get into it. It's
Yeah,
more
we're
of
about to
like
get into it.
we have a marathon to run versus when you hear the Stop and Shop song, it's time to sprint the last mile.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I
Loosen
hear
up to sprint.
I don't sprint.
I heard you will be though, right?
Allegedly.
What do you mean allegedly? I thought that you were going to be, well, you're getting your steps in, you're walking and all that. And, you know.
I think I need like 2 weeks and then we're going to start to incorporate some of the short distance running and we'll build up back to where we were, but we're getting there.
I want to do workout content with you so bad, T.
I would love it because I like someone to like tell me what to do because I have no idea anything about fitness or health or how to have muscles or just be skinny. I really lack all of that.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Like, I have this cousin that, like, he's my cousin through marriage, and we've maybe had, like, 11 conversations lifetime, and he messaged me the other day, and he was like, what are you taking to put on size? He's like, and I was like, what are you asking me? I was like, everything in my body's street legal. I was like, I don't know if you're looking for a shortcut, but I got nothing for you. So I don't know if that's what you're looking at me for either, T. No shortcuts with me. This is just.
I don't want the shortcut. I want to grind. I want to sweat
sure.
next to you. I want to get slippery.
Yeah.
Do you feel like your cousin at this point, like he heard something on the streets, or is this a rumor going amongst the family?
I think he probably just looked at me and said that's not like naturally achievable, but it is. You know,
I've heard you're back in the gym. There's a rumor going around.
I am back in the gym. Yeah.
little
This week
thicker.
too. This week too. I'm feeling better. You know, feel like myself again a little bit. The Red Sox, man, though, like for every time that I'm just like, all right, I gotta like, you know, do instead of like ordering out for lunch every day, like let's get some home cooked meals. That'll make you feel better. Let's get some. Let's prep some chicken breasts for lunch. That'll make you feel better. Okay, we do that. Now let's get back in the gym. Let's start moving around. Let's get a gym membership so we can start to like socialize, get out of the house, go see people. All right, feel a little bit better. And then the Red Sox start to play. And I'm like, yeah, then you're just kind of reminded of how, to me, when I saw Steve put out the graphic today that this is the worst that they've been since 1997, I was like,
Credit to Nesson on that one.
yeah, I knew that we were having a bad year. I didn't realize that it was like the worst season that I would have a memory of.
That was my question to you. I wasn't born yet. It'd be another year until I arrived. You three, what do you remember of June 1997? What was life like?
That was like my first game at Fenway that I remember, because we've talked about this before, where I said my first game at Fenway was July of 97. And then my mom was like, we took you when you were a baby. They don't have the fucking ticket stub. They don't know what the date is. Like, you don't think that I want to know that shit? What I thought up until I believe this year, the first time I ever went to Fenway was in July of 1997. And I didn't know the Red Sox were bad. Like, I just knew that I'm going to Fenway and this is awesome. So I don't have any memory of the Red Sox being an awful baseball team in 1997. I just know that that was the first time in my mind that I went to Fenway Park and was like, this is fucking sweet. And yeah, I mean, so for all I know, this is the worst team I've ever seen.
I believe Alex Spear had in his article today that the last team to have the same record as the 2026 Red Sox that were able to recover and make the playoffs, it happened one time in franchise history. It was the 1914 Boston Red Sox.
Oh, who could forget?
That was a good team though.
Yeah.
And they just
Stephanie
got off to a
McGinnis.
tough start, and they had that scandal that happened, Jared, early in that season. What was
Syphilis. Yeah, there
Right,
was a
right.
syphilis outbreak in the clubhouse,
Mhm.
and people were trying to blame it on Harry Hooper,
Right.
But then it ended up being, and I don't know why they didn't immediately point in his direction, but it was Dick Hoblitzel. That's that's where it started.
Quick correction. It was the 1914 Boston Braves. So we are operating in a bit of a different space here.
All right. So
wait,
Jared,
you remember the scandal with the Boston Braves, though,
Thank
right?
you.
It was a
Yeah.
different one.
Yeah. There was a big
What happened?
scandal with the 1914 Boston Braves, and it was Rabbit Moranville.
Mm-hmm.
Rabbit Moranville had stolen a Ford. What are those things called? A T model? What are those?
Close enough.
What are those called?
T Model X.
Model T.
A Model T.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yep. Kind of like
he
T
stole,
after Waken 180 model.
Yep, he stole a Model T, and him and his teammate Hub Purdue, they went out and they were drinking, and this was right before Prohibition, about 4 years before Prohibition. It was actually why they got Prohibition kind of like going. It was because of old Rabbit and Hub. And then Hank Gowdy was the catcher for the team, and he told on his two teammates, and it was a whole thing, and they were like, it was a battle of morals. Is like, do you
There was
tell on
something else
one
that
of your
happened that night, though? There was something else that happened that night.
Larry
Remember?
Gilbert killed a guy.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that doesn't get discussed ever.
Allegedly.
Yeah, no one talks
Yeah.
about that. Where it's like,
allegedly.
and it didn't even call for it. You just shot him in the head.
Yeah, that's at least
Like
that's
Abraham
what
Lincoln style?
I don't
Yeah.
know. That's just that was the rumor that was going around. No one was able to prove it.
The bartender,
and,
right? I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Anyway, they made the playoffs.
That's kind of crazy. So it's not just Red Sox history, it's all-time baseball history. One team has ever recovered from this.
I didn't know this.
I'll read the line. On Wednesday, the Sox
read it.
completed an unwelcome return to Tropicana Field by suffering a 7-5 defeat. With the loss,
It felt like 70.
it felt that way. With the loss, which completed a 3-game sweep, the Red Sox fell to 27-39, a mark from which only one team in history has ever recovered to reach the playoffs in a non-strike shortened season. That team was the 1914 Miracle Braves.
I didn't know if he was doing just like teams in Boston or something like that. It's like, no, this is just anybody ever. Brutal.
anyone can get it. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a weird season. But yeah, I'll never forget it. I'll never forget that they ended up finishing in first place in the National League, 94-59.
I mean, that 97
They won the
season,
they swept the World Series.
Yeah. Again, they just had to get over those scandals. And then
Right.
they were good to go after that.
It motivated them.
Of course. Teammate
Yeah.
kills a guy. It's going to take a little time.
Right.
They got 16 games under 500, so we actually have a little room to work with currently. We're not even
Sure.
really at rock
Yeah.
bottom.
They could get
I'm
swept.
assuming
and
they
it's still
played
not
less
rock
than
bottom.
162 as well, so they had
Has
to
to
get
be.
there faster.
Mm-hmm. That's got to
Yeah, how many games did they play? 154? What would they have played that year?
At that point, maybe less than 154. 1914?
They played 158 games. I don't know why.
That's random.
Yeah.
Johnny
Yep.
Evers with the MVP. Tom Hughes finished third.
Yeah, this was like
Rabbit
the best.
Marinville finished second.
I think this was back when if you just finished in first, you were in the World Series.
Mm-hmm.
It's like there
Yeah.
was no playoffs. It was just like, all right, the Braves have the best record. You're in the World Series, and they played the fucking what the
That was for like
Philadelphia
most
A's.
of the time.
It was for a while.
Yeah, they did that for
Just
a long
winning
time.
the pennant.
Mm-hmm.
I
didn't
mean,
know
when
there
we
was a
were
guy
born, not
named
UT,
Rabbit.
but like when we were born, I mean, the playoff format, I think, was just the CS, right? I mean, we didn't have DS. I think it was just like top two
Right.
teams face each other. That's when we were alive. So like they haven't. Baseball's like playoffs. No, let's just take a couple teams. Let's go celebrate Halloween and get out of here. Like they don't really wanna do the whole song. and
Get out of
dance.
here.
We played enough games. I mean, it is so stupid you play this many games. The you mentioned 97 T. That's really just when we're growing to love Fenway. That's when we're just enjoying like the experience of going there. That's Nomar's rookie year. He wins rookie of the year. I don't have any of those memories of like, oh God, the team wasn't good. The first time I really cried about this team was 98. When Tom Gordon had a great year. They had a really good year. They lose to the then Indians in the DS. And I just assume when they make the playoffs, it's like, oh, okay, if you make the playoffs, that means like you must get to the World Series. That's just kind of how this works. But took another 6 years for that. But yeah, it's more just anything that starts with a 19 now, if it's been since that long, like that is so bad, especially for the Red Sox. Like the connective tissue with this ownership group, they'll continue to tell you, oh, it's like, we've had 4 World Series titles, or they'll allude to it. They don't say it as much recently because they know it's truly gotten so bad. But even just looking up the records, and I had tweeted this out, but the fact that this is on pace to be the second worst 162 game record in team history, that's what it feels like. You're on pace to go 66-96. That's how bad it is. That 2012 team obviously was atrocious, but not really until the last 2 months of the season. I mean, they were still in the playoff hunt at the deadline. So that's the thing. 3 of these 4 records are under this ownership group. So don't sell me on the World Series titles when half the time, or you're getting close now to like half the time, your team either sucks or just has no chance of winning the World Series.
It's bad, T. Yeah, it's so actually, you know what? When you know where we should start, can you start with that article, the Spear column that just came out with all the executives that are like, man, that team fucking sucks, and we knew it; they were going to suck. Everyone knew that the Red Sox were going to suck, except for the Red Sox, apparently.
These were the 3 quotes. I can't believe they are content going with so many AAA players, utility infielders at the bottom of the lineup. A lot of guys on the team who satisfy the model, but are role players who are being overexposed. I'm still confused on the Red Sox roster construction, and truthfully how they thought it would turn out any different than it has. The holes that were there at the start of the season are still there.
I mean, it's fair.
It is.
I guess.
I think on this podcast, so like our lowest prediction was 87.
80,
I think everybody
I thought
else
it was
was in the
89.
90s. I thought Coley was at 87.
Yeah, Coley was like mid 80s, right around
High
there.
80, yeah, whatever you want to call it in that way. But yeah, I think the entire week, whether it's been the Globe coming out and basically saying that a team source told them that Craig Breslow wasn't going to be fired, or that they weren't even considering the idea, it hasn't even been discussed, which in my opinion, if it gets to a point, and look at the past 2 weeks where Tim Healy put out a massive article, Jared.
Can we just make a comment that that's now two executives that I just questioned their job security, and within 24 hours, the team had to issue a statement saying that they weren't going to fire.
Did you go back and listen? It was crazy.
No.
I sent you the episode.
I know you sent it to me. I didn't get a chance to listen to it. What was the context?
It was August 29th, so this is after the Red Sox fell out of the race after 2022, and for the first time, I think people really started to get loud about Chaim Bloom needing to be fired because of everything with the luxury tax, them staying over, and then it collapsing that quickly. That was Eric Hosmer, that was Tommy Pham. All those guys like crashed and died within a month, whether it was due to injuries or underperformance. It was just a really bad situation, and they tried to do the buy-sell thing. Well, you floated on that podcast, at least I had said that I didn't think Chaim was going to be let go. And you just kind of similarly were like, I don't know. I wouldn't say the door shut. Within 24 hours or later that night, Sam Kennedy spoke to The Athletic and gave quotes saying that Chaim was safe, and Cora. In this situation, obviously, we talk about it on the last episode. It starts going viral on social media. We get a Boston Globe article from Tim Healy. And this is something that I think should be part of the context here. Tim Healy in the last 2 weeks wrote a massive write-up that had to take plenty of time of quotes, talking to people to get all this stuff here. If you're telling a story on Craig Breslow's job and what's going on with him, that feels like a pretty good quote to include in there, right? Or you're talking to people. If someone's trying to get that out there, you put it in there. Well, we get it a week later in a very short, like 400-word article, maybe, and it's simply no context to it. It's just a team source told me this. This is kind of what I'm hearing. It felt like to me, all right, we're trying to get this out there. We're trying to put it out there because we feel like the noise is so loud right now. And it doesn't matter whether you want to believe that they've never discussed it or not. When you have to put it out, or it gets put out that a guy isn't on the hot seat, or he isn't being discussed as someone being fired, that should tell you enough about what the situation is, because clearly it was enough for someone to put that out there.
Do you want me to walk you through the thought process on why I did that?
Please.
Okay. So I said this with Matt McCarthy tonight on 98.5, the fucking Sports Hub, earlier today. But I obviously want to speak my piece here about why I did that. because it was a mixture of educated guess, public information, and then stuff that, hearing it privately. And, the context was Steve was more or less saying, well, he's going to be, the GM for the trade deadline and this and that. And I was like, well, what makes you so confident that he's going to be that guy? You immediately thought that I knew something. And I was looking at it. It was half and half, right? It was half the report about needing a translator, an English to English translator. It's like, all right, if we're at that point where he can't even communicate with people, that's a strike. Then it was the owners on his behalf are contacting other teams about making a big deal. And it is common, because Maz was actually the one that pointed out that when it came to trading Devers, that John Henry was the guy that got on the phone. And, when you're moving hundreds of millions of dollars in a trade, that, the owners are going to get involved. So that's not that crazy. But then, you go back through the history of big moves that the Red Sox have made since Craig Breslow has been in his position. And it's either been John Henry's gotten involved, or it's been Theo Epstein that's gotten involved. It's never just been Craig really cooked here. Who's the guy that helped out on the Crochet deal? I always forget.
Mike Grootman, who had a good relationship with Chris Getz. Time blew him higher.
So there's that context. And then the private stuff was never damning to the point where I was like, oh, it's coming any day now. But it was, I'm not going to read it word for word, but it was something like, there was someone that confirmed a lot of people in the organization strongly dislike Breslow, and they think that that this person thinks that he'll be gone. And then there was another part from someone being like, he's walking around like he doesn't know if he's going to have a job tomorrow. So immediately, I'm getting contacted by other reporters being like, what are you hearing? Should I write something up like he's going to be fired tonight? And I was like, no, I don't think we're there yet. It was very similar to the Heim stuff, where it's I feel like there's so much damage on the back end here that it's inevitable. I feel like the Titanic. I feel like we've hit the iceberg, but everyone on the ship is just oh, what the fuck was that? They don't know that it's going down. It's just a matter, we're going down. It's just a matter of time. But when I said that on the last episode of the podcast, no part of me thought it's going to happen today. It's going to happen tomorrow. It's going to happen this week, by the end of the week, when they get back home. I wasn't thinking that. I was more so thinking, I believe that we're in a place with this relationship and the performance that's been had where I would it shock me if he got fired before the deadline? Would it shock me if he got fired at the end of the season? I think at the time, both of those things were in play. The Red Sox are telling you that before the deadline is not in play. Okay, fine. It wasn't in play when I thought that Heim's job wasn't safe. He got the deadline, and then he was fired promptly at the end of the year. So without looking, I think we can say when I was speculating that Heim's job wasn't safe, the Red Sox were in a far better position than they currently are under Craig Breslow. So if Heim wasn't safe and he got the axe at the end of the year, and he was also at the same, I think the other context that's important is how many years into this are we with Breslow? We were 3 years in it with Heim. I think this at the end of this year will be 3 years with Breslow. Yes,
that's exactly right.
So again, it's another 2 + 2 = 4. Am I wrong here? So I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's a foregone conclusion that he's fired at the end of the year. What I told McCarthy was, now beyond a baseball decision, I think that this is a PR decision. I think the Red Sox are sitting there and saying, we can't fucking fire this guy at the end of the year because that'll be another guy that we fired after 3 years. We're going to look bad. So do we just stick it out? It's a 5-year deal. Can we stick it out for 1 more year?
But
do we complete the 2 years? I get it, but now you've done it again. It's different when you're in the Heim time spectrum. Now it's the same fucking thing has happened again. And I think the Red Sox are looking at it as, we don't want to look stupid. for hiring Heim's replacement and then firing him in the exact same amount of time for very similar issues that we fired. Like, that makes us look like we don't know how to identify the person that's going to lead us to a next championship core. Not even a World Series title. Put us in a position to where our fans can believe that a World Series is in play this season, and they can't do that. And even more so, when you fired Heim, how many times have we talked about it on here? Craig was the insert random number. He was the 17th choice. He was the 8th choice, whatever. He was down the list of guys that they wanted to bring in and hire for this position, okay? If they had just hired Craig Breslow and made him the fucking director of pitching or whatever, awesome hire. I think he would have been perfect for that. Like, all the guys that have come up through the system that are pitchers under Craig Breslow, fantastic. Like, has an eye for finding talent on the pitching side of things. He would have been a great hire if he was brought in to do that. But instead, they were like, I think, maybe he doesn't have the experience. Maybe he's not ready for it now. But over time, he will become the guy that I think can run the entire organization. Do you still feel that way now? Like, if you were to have Sam Kennedy or John Henry in a room, do you think that this is the guy that can run the whole organization? He's not going to, at this point, take a reassignment to go over to just the pitching department.
Him.
Yeah, are you going to Jason Varitek him? You going to reassign him? I don't think you're going to do that. So it's going to have to be an outright fire, which means you're going to be looking for his replacement every 3 years. Like, that's going to become your reputation. Every 3 years, you're going to do this. And it's going to be even less appealing this time around than it was. And I know Coley, I tend to kind of agree with Coley's point about when they were hiring Breslow, you were inheriting Alex Cora, and Alex Cora had a lot of power. So maybe that's part of why this is not appealing to other executives is I don't want to come in here as the guy that's supposed to run the organization, but your manager is basically like the mob boss. Like, he can have me whacked. Like, I need to be the guy that whacks people. So maybe there is more appeal to it this time around. We'll see. But that is why all those reasons combined, I was like, I don't know that it's just this foregone conclusion that he's going to have the deadline. Then the Red Sox were like, big fans of the 10. We appreciate everyone in the front office that listens. That they were like, we got to say something. The 10, they're going around saying that his job's not safe, and now he's probably panicking that his job's not safe. He's asking us if his job's safe. We got to say something. So they back him. But if history repeats itself, they back you now. But at the end of the year, that doesn't mean that they back you then.
Well, and I think that's the timeline I'm worried about because we are in year 3 for Craig Breslow. It was year 4 for Heim.
I thought it was year 3.
No, it was year 4. So you get to the end of, let's call it the 2022 season or the 2026 season for Craig Breslow. The issue for Heim was they tied his hands at that point. They were not going over the luxury tax that year after previously going over it the year before. And what was supposed to be, especially with that luxury tax situation at that time, how teams were acting was you'd get over and then get over for a couple years. So when you did make that first move to go over, it was a massive thing at that point in time. Well, if we're going to play out this trade deadline here, and not only all the things that are being weighed with the pieces you could be moving and trusting him to get the proper return back, but are you just going to go into this offseason and not give him the full kind of leash or power he needs to make these moves because you don't trust him because you feel like maybe this guy isn't the right guy to do the job? And then they did the same thing with Heim at the trade deadline where they basically told him, you can't add money. They were asking him to sell. Heim felt like he had to win. And at that point, he doesn't move Justin Turner for Edward Cabrera. It probably didn't matter one way or the other, even if he did. But we knew Heim was a dead man walking at that trade deadline and then gets fired in the middle of September. So are you just going to waste an entire year, take the risk of blowing not only this deadline that's massive, but a window where you're supposed to be competing? Because I feel like even a lot of the Breslow sympathizers want to be like, well, hey, man, we can get in there. It's like, getting even into the playoffs, which seems insane right now. You have a 13% chance to make it. But that is not what this year was supposed to be. You're supposed to be chasing World Series at this point in time. And that was the issue, I think, with a lot of people coming into the season where they felt like the roster wasn't up to that quality, up to that tier. But now you are so short of that. You're not even close to that. And you're telling me about possibly wasting the next 12 to 15 months and killing a window where who knows what this window ends up actually looking like, especially with a guy like Wilson Contreras, if you hold on to him, who's getting older. It seems like a very, very rough situation to feel good about. And I'm dreading it. I'm honestly dreading just about every outcome because he is going to get the deadline, and I have a feeling he's going to get at least next year until probably the same timeline as Heim had.
Cool.
I I think our biggest selling shirt ever would be "Thanks, Brez, you fucking stiff," just on a shirt, because that's it. I know why we can't put out that shirt. I wish we would, because fuck, like what happened to my sweet baseball team? What is this shit that I'm watching day in and day out? I don't even like tweet about it anymore. I don't go like
No.
the season's been over. If people are coming to it, it seems like day at a time. Like more people are joining. Like it's never been more over. I don't know. I'm at a loss for I feel like it's the same conversation every week. Like I've been ready to give Aroldis Chapman the 7-year extension that everyone wants to give him. I'm ready to re-sign everybody. This is the team. This is our ride or die. It's over in the has there been a competitive top of the first at bat from the fellas since that hot Duran stretch Duran's May? Since it became June, he was like, you know what? That was out of character for me. I'm over that.
What was that game, T, that the Red Sox, I think it was a Fenway Friday. They came out fucking guns blazing, scored 3 runs.
There's
in
the
first,
Braves
and then
series.
lost.
They lost.
Or the Twin Series.
Yeah.
Twin Series, excuse
Yeah.
me.
I think it was 4-0 in the first inning.
Yeah,
something like that.
we were sitting at the table. We're like, all right, man, there's
This
some
is
momentum.
sick.
This is coming off the sweep.
That was
This is
it.
what you needed.
I don't have it. I don't
No.
have any momentum. I don't have
Yeah.
anything
D-
resembling it.
During that little stretch, because they did, and when T was mentioning a couple episodes of what they had done in May, not gonna lie, it surprised me, lineup wise, and they did have a couple of those stretches where they would start games with some runs, and it was so eye opening because I'm like, where is this coming from? Now in this last couple days, you try to get your errands done before the games, check a couple things off the checklist. I will either tune into the radio or put Nesson 360 on. It'll be 2 minutes after first pitch, 2.5 minutes after first pitch, and I'm like, commercial. I gotta get up to the first pitcher. Oh, right. That means once again it is a 1-2-3 inning to start the game, and whoever the home team is, come on up, and you're probably gonna score here. So nothing's changed since the Cora firings and the coach firings. Nothing's changed at all. The team sucks. I still don't want to say the team sucks because there's a lot of pitchers that I do like, but the lineup is atrocious. It is. We talk about our lifetime, T, and what we've seen, us old guys on the show. There has never, ever been a time where I'm watching these games in the second, third, fourth inning, and it's a 2-run deficit, and I'm only watching the rest because of what our jobs are and what we do. That's literally it. It's I'm just here so I don't get fined. That feeling has happened numerous times this year. What's the record now? Is it 1-35 when down by 2 or more?
I have it right here in the doc, unfortunately. 0-28 when trailing by 3+ runs, 0-36 when trailing after 8 innings.
But I think it's 1-35
Not
when
the
they're
stat
down
he was
by,
asking for.
But it's close enough. I know.
What was the exact one?
Aren't
Was
they
it-
1-35 when down by 2?
Yeah, I think that is the stat. I know it's
I
one
got
win.
it right here. They're
I got it
4-47.
I
here.
stopped listening the
days
second he
in and
started
wide.
going. I was like,
Well, that
I
was
got
after,
it.
and it was credit to TC
Since
because he had it. So that,
2021.
it's now 1-36. It's now
There we go.
1-36 when they're down by 2+ runs. And it's just over and over and over again. When you're watching these games and people listening right now, you feel the same way. I know you feel the same way. It's what am I watching? Why am I watching? What have they done to us? How are we here, basically? Jared?
I have a confession to make. I haven't missed a Red Sox game since 2002. I've in some form watched or listened to on the radio every single game. Before you panic, that streak still exists. However, I don't think there's been a season that I've watched them less. I
You're,
am
locked
listening
in.
to them so that I know what's happening, but I they're so bad that to set aside time to sit down and watch so that that's the only thing that I'm doing. There's been so many times where I'm just I'm going to put in my earbuds and I'm going to pack. I'm going to put in my earbuds and I'll listen at the gym. Like, I'm not going to be like, all right, the Sox are on at 135 today, so I'll go to the gym at like 5. I'll be like, no, I'm going to go to the gym at 1, and when the game comes on, I'll listen. But like, I'm not going to like stop doing things that I need to do as a human being so that I can watch this team. And I've never felt that way before. We've been through a lot of 500 seasons, a lot of last place seasons.
We've been through some shit during the span of this show. It's never felt like this during this show.
No. Like, I remember buying an iPad so that I could this was like before I think you could even, I don't know if you could even watch the game on your phone. I don't know. I remember buying an iPad so I could like watch the Red Sox at the gym. I was like, I'm not missing a fucking pitch. Like, I'm going to watch them. And this year, it's just like, it must be like what I'm experiencing must be like what people that listen to the show experience when they listen to us. Where it's like, this is so miserable.
I fucking hate these guys. Yeah.
like watching the games is so miserable, but like I know that I'll tune into the podcast and they'll at least make me laugh here or there, or they'll distract me from how much this sucks. So for me, it's like I'll pop in the radio because I like listening to Will and they at least make it, and this is not a knock on the TV broadcast, it's just like the TV broadcast is more like, we're going to talk about the game. Like, here's what's happening in the game.
Yeah.
You're going to hear what's happening pitch by pitch in the game. Whereas, you listen to Will or like Cooper Boardman or Mike Monaco. And if it's 7-1 in the 6th, then you know that the game's already over, but there's still some baseball left. They're going to talk about Jaws. And you know what? I want to hear it. I do. I don't want to fucking like, I was on Unobstructed Views last night. And there was a point, someone pointed out, there was a point in the game where each time that like something bad happened, like I forget that I'm supposed to be an analyst on television and I just sit there in silence and I shake my head. I'm just like, what is this product? What am I watching? Like, what is this? Like, how did we get here to what Coley just said? Sitting here being like, man, the Red Sox thought that they had a mid-90s win team, so much so that the network that the owner of the team also owns is like, you know what? One broadcast ain't enough, baby. We need 2. So many people want to watch the shit out of this team. And I'm just sitting here being like, I'm on the broadcast and I don't even want to watch this team.
I love the difference between like, how did we get here? And then you specifically being like, why the fuck am I even in this studio right now? Like, who even wants to watch me watch this?
Yeah.
That's how bad it is.
Yeah. I don't know. Now that there's like an actual media company and, we're doing this independently, I need to get better at this, but it's just who I am and who I've always been. I can't sugarcoat anything. Like, I'll just tell you how I feel and what I'm thinking. And if your feelings get hurt, it is what it is. But that's how I feel about this team is like, I'm literally on fucking set. Like, I am collecting a check from Nesson to talk about the game. And I'm tweeting out, this is the most boring, Red Sox team of all time.
It is.
They're paying me to be like, come on in, man. Come watch us watch the Sox. And I'm like, I don't even want to watch the Sox in at all. Like, it's fucking dreadful. And I feel bad that I feel that way, but like, I shouldn't. It's not my fault. I know someone tweeted me this. I think they said, partly due to Carabas, this team sucks. Not my fault. I did not have anything to do with the roster construction, at least this time around. And it's sad. It's like, I understand that there's probably millennials that listen to us, guys that are in their mid to late 30s, early 40s, and they're probably thinking it's a moment of confusion where it's like, I got my full-time job, I got married, I now have kids, My priorities have changed. So that's why like I don't love the Red Sox as much as I used to. I'm here to tell you that that's a cope, and it's not because your life changed. It's because the team changed. Like that's it. It's what it is. Like it's my job, but it's also my whole life to care about this team. And it has been, for the first time in my life, like a chore and a pill to carve out time in my day to consume the games. And I hate that I feel that way. And it's not because I have a family and busy with work and whatever the fuck else is going on over here. It's not because of that. It's like the team is supposed to be my escape from all that shit. Like the stress of work, the stress of just being a human being on this planet. The Red Sox are supposed to be where I can sit down, put on the game, and just turn my brain off and enjoy the one thing that I've always loved. And that experience has now been torture this year. And I hate that. I hate that the Red Sox have allowed that to become my experience and the experience of probably everyone watching and listening right now.
To piggyback off of that, loved everything you said there, Jerry.
Thanks.
The stat, and I had messed it up initially, so credit to T for catching it. I messed up the initial graphic, but the stat that Nesson had put out there, at first I thought it was like first time on 12 games under 500 just since June of 97. And it was a good distinction between the two. It's the first time they've been 12 games under 500 in June since 1997, which is a good difference. And that kind of shows where we're at, where it's like the 2012 team, we all remember them, myself included, as just one of the worst Red Sox teams of all time. But like we said earlier, they were actually in the hunt, believe it or not.
Cody Ross walk off, everything before David Ortiz got hurt. Like they were holding on, and you were always hoping they were going to get going. But it was like, I've seen a lot of people on Red Sox Twitter saying this, like, I missed the like, oh, we're back to 500 memes. Like when that was like our problems, like when we were sitting there being upset about that, which is so pathetic within itself that we're just hoping to be mediocre instead of being horrendous. And right now you're a bottom 2 team in the American League, and there's only 2 teams in the sport with less wins than you currently.
But that's when it hits you, T, where it's like, right, not only is it this bad, but summer hasn't even started yet. Like, what is it, June 21st, something like that?
The Devers anniversary is in 5 days. We're not even there.
And that's when it felt like the season actually got going. Like, obviously, they picked things up, started July, right around there. So, even looking at, this is my little Stevie stats here, and this is an in-depth stat. It's called runs. So these are the Red Sox MLB ranks in runs scored each year since they won the World Series last. What was that year, T? The last year they won the World Series?
2018.
Jeez, this guy. Can't get anything past him.
Sox guy.
2019, they were 4th in runs in all of baseball. 2020, 11th. The 2020 team, 11th. 2021, 5th. 2022, 9th. 2023, 11th. 2024, 9th. 2025, last year, they were 7th. This year, 29th in Major League Baseball in runs scored. So since they've won the title heading into this year, they've averaged the 8th most runs scored in all of baseball for each season. In the history of this podcast, dating back to the year 2015, the lowest they've ranked in the majors in runs is 11th. They're basically a top 10 team in runs every single year for maybe not our lives, but definitely T's life. And now you look at it and it's like, they just can't get anything going. You know how fucking, like, caps for all the letters, annoying today was? Where it's like, you're going to have the nerve to go out there and get down 5-0. And then you're going to hit a couple bombs to make it seem like this is a game. Caleb Durbin, of all people. Caleb Durbin, shut up, Caleb Durbin, with those homers. What the hell are you doing hitting those home runs?
Who do you think you are?
The first one was a bomb, dude.
Dude, they were both smoked. Those were both pieced. And I'm like, who are you? Who is this guy?
Last 15 games for Caleb Durbin, 313,
909.
320, 583.
909
Absolutely
OPS.
ridiculous. For them to make this feel like it was a game or try to like create the illusion that the finale was going to be a game, get out of my face with this nonsense, honestly, because it just continues to add on to how annoying they are. This is basically like, at this point, they're like the run differential Sox. Because if you look at that, I feel like they're like 11th in the majors or something like that. Like they're actually still not that far from having an even run differential, which is crazy. But that sums them up. They have mostly really good pitching, some of the best pitching of our lives on this team, especially if Crochet comes back at some point in the next 3 years. And yeah, I know. But they have some of the best pitchers, some of the more entertaining pitchers to watch that they've ever had. And yet it just doesn't matter because they're going to keep losing games by 1, 2, and it's rinse and repeat every single night. This finale was like, get the hell out of here with this. 5-4, and obviously it ends up being 7-4, which I'm glad because it's like, no, that's not what the game really was. But just an endless pain in the ass.
And it just feels like anytime, even if the games aren't on, you're getting punched in the dick in some kind of way. Whether it's a Garrett Crochet update where somehow like none of it gets out until like 3 hours after the game and you find out, oh no, yeah, like the low grade lat strain that Craig Breslow himself talked about and Crochet also talked about as well. Well, now it's worse than they actually imagined. And if it's not that, it's Carlos Narváez in The Athletic kind of going in and talking about how he feels like he hasn't been communicated with and kind of questioning his place in the organization moving forward. And if it's just not an injury issue or an injury miscommunication or a setback or a player being unhappy, it's just something different, or Brian Bayo and the entire process of him getting sent down. It just feels like everywhere I look, I'm seeing something that's going to upset me or depress me. And it is so hard to find things to be happy about with this Red Sox team. And I think maybe part of that is because so many of the things we waited for are here now, and a lot of them aren't going well. That's just the reality of the situation. But we're not supposed to be even looking at those things. We all were supposed to be looking at this big league team. And outside of Craig Breslow, who continues to tell you he believes in the team and how much faith he has in them, well, you're watching them drown and hit new rock bottoms every single day. They're finding different ways to get to that rock bottom, and you've still yet to do anything. And I don't know how much longer you want to wait, because if this is your idea and I'm scared of you making this move, what are you waiting for? Like, if you were aggressively looking for these options, how long are you going to wait? Is the stuff in front of you not pushing you to do any of these things? And anyone with the right mind would tell you not to do that. But even in the things that Craig Breslow wants to do, he seems unable to do in this kind of situation to save a body that is pretty much dead to anybody else right now. Yeah, it's just so negative and depressing in general.
One thing Jared said via 98.5, the fucking Sports Hub, like, it's not uncommon for owners to get involved to finish a deal. They're not calling around trying to start trades. That's not how that goes. That's not what they do.
That's how the Devers trade happened.
No, that was also them coming into something that was mostly done and being like, we'll accept this. Like, we don't, Craig was asking for more, which I still think was the correct thing to do. And Henry was like, just get this fucking fat diva off my team.
I think when money comes into play, I think those conversations are more common than people realize.
Yeah, you have to. You need permission to add a bunch of money. But what I'm saying is, and what is being reported right now, is basically like John Henry is just like cold calling the Texas Rangers, being like, "What do you got? What can we get moving here? Arizona Diamondbacks, who do you got for me?" Like, that's how it's being framed right now. That is not the same thing as finalizing a deal.
Oh, speaking of the Diamondbacks, I don't know if you guys. What the fuck? I don't know if you guys. I keep thinking I hit my fucking elbow on something.
The Diamondbacks horn.
Yeah, this is. Yeah.
Guys and gals, when I was in spring training, I ran into a scout who I've known for over 20 years. We go way back to my days in A-ball. He works for the Diamondbacks. Pulled him aside and asked him, plain and simple, I trust him. Was Marcelo Meyer a guy you guys wanted? And he laughed right in my face. Absolutely not. Now, he could be lying to me, but he said no. It was Tolley early and 2 to 3 other pitching prospects. And he said, go back to the deadline. What did Mike want at the deadline? I said, Connolly early, guys and gals.
The D-backs didn't even like Meyer. Allegedly.
I disagree.
Yeah, I've heard differently there. And at least according to what Spear had the other day, he re-emphasized the fact that the Red Sox refused to include him in any talks.
Well.
If I look back,
okay,
to me, it was always one of earlier Tolley. one of Arias
I mean,
or
why
Meyer.
not?
And I think what people really questioned was how big the next piece or maybe two other pieces would be. And I think they were bigger than maybe some people realize, but that was at least my understanding. Not that I can tell you 100% one way or the other.
Shout out to whoever over at ESPN. They got that jingle down, man. The pick is in
Crushed
is
it.
like SOA, the pick is in sound. Like that
It's
is
unbelievable.
Get ready, get on the edge of your seat. Your team picked a guy. Like I don't know how they figured it out, but they nailed it with that one.
Yeah,
Great
I'd like
work.
to know like what they turned down as options because they didn't just get
Or like
one.
It's like no. It needs to be a little more like mysterious.
Seinfeld
like,
rift. It's like, no, that doesn't play.
Boom, ba-dum, bum, boom. Like no. But good job, good work, good effort.
A quick little timeout from Section 10 to talk about my favorite beer, your favorite beer, Steve's favorite beer, T's favorite beer, Coley's favorite beer, Jose's favorite beer, 2K's favorite beer, and Mikey Eamon's favorite beer. It's Blue Moon. You already knew what I was going to say. You already knew I was going to say Blue Moon, but I had to say it anyway. It's Blue Moon because no baseball date is complete without Blue Moon Belgian White. Born in a ballpark 30 years ago at the Sandlot Brewery in Denver, Colorado, Blue Moon's bold flavor, bright explosion of color, and iconic orange slice ritual guarantees a one-of-a-kind beer drinking experience year-round. And for those occasions that you want a lighter option, you can reach for a Blue Moon Light and only 95 calories and 3.6 grams of carbs per 12-ounce serving. It's a refreshingly light alternative beer brewed with real tangerine peel. And if you're looking for a great-tasting non-alcoholic beer, well, boy, do I have a suggestion for you. It's Blue Moon non-alcoholic. Still made with real Valencia orange peel and coriander with just 80 calories. It's great for when you want to hold the alcohol, but not the flavor. T, I heard you were on a little bit of a diet journey.
Something like that. It's called Awaken 180.
Okay, all right. And you've obviously switched to Blue Moon Light since then?
Yes, once a week I can have one.
Okay, I love that for you. Blue Moon Light, a wheat beer from Blue Moon with exceptional taste and only 95 calories. Blue Moon Belgian White, brightly brewed with Valencia orange peel and iconically garnished with an orange slice. Get Blue Moon Light delivered by visiting get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared for delivery options. That is get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared. Blue Moon, made brighter, celebrate responsibly. Blue Moon Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Suck one, Jerry. Rally caps, lucky socks, never stepping on the foul line. Baseball is full of superstitions we hope give us an edge. But let's be honest, most of it's just luck. That's how I used to feel about hair growth products until I found Nutrafol. Let's be real, baseball hats are great on game days, but they're not meant to be a full-time solution like I'm wearing this on my dome every single day. That's how I felt about dealing with my hair thinning. I didn't want to keep covering it up. I wanted to take control, folks. That's when I found Nutrafol. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist-recommended hair growth supplement brand and the official hair growth partner of Major League Baseball. That's the league the Red Sox play in, and they're really, really bad in that league. Nutrafol's hair growth supplements are also known as physician-formulated, clinically tested, and NSF certified for sport. It's not a one-size-fits-all approach. Nutrafol has formulas for men at every single age, kid. There's Nutrafol Men for guys 18 to 49 to help grow thicker, fuller hair in 3 to 6 months, and Nutrafol Men 50+, you guessed it, for men over the age of 50. Adding Nutrafol to your daily routine is easy. Order online, no prescription needed, with automated deliveries and free shipping to keep you, my friend, on track. Plus, with a Nutrafol subscription, you can save up to 20% and get added perks to support your hair growth journey. Find out why Nutrafol is the only hair growth supplement brand trusted by Major League Baseball. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you visit Nutrafol.com and enter, you guessed it, promo code SECTION10. That's Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code SECTION10. Now back to the 10. Yeah, no need for game by game, right? For this bullshit?
Heavens,
Nah.
they lost all three of them. See you
Yeah, they
later.
lost all of them.
They
If
got
you're just tuning in
swept.
to find
the
out.
season's over.
I will say, Jared, I think
5-year extension.
Jared's perspective on the Meyer stuff, the fact that Craig Breslow had to come out and himself say, like, yeah, I don't know where that rumor came from, because shit was bubbling. Like there was some bubbling going on.
Yes. So I think we know where it came from. We're not going to say where it came from, but I think the timeline, at least from what we were aware of, so I got more context in the last couple of days here.
Oh.
Outside of the scoop shop. So what day was that? That was Tuesday?
Yeah.
Yep.
Tuesday. There was just, it came into the scoop shop as, hey, there's little birdies are talking. I think something's happening. There's smoke here. I think the Red Sox might have just traded Marcelo Meyer. Less than 5 minutes later, actually, no, that's not happening. That's not a thing. We were just like, okay. Like, it was very quick.
I had
like,
Devers PTSD when you sent the text. I was like, oh my God, like what is
Me?
about to happen? Yeah,
I didn't have it.
No, but when you guys were kind of going back and forth, I was like, oh my God, this feels like one of those nights.
Yeah. So it was like put on the table. This is why when people are like in the Patreon scoop shop, they're like, we need everything that's going on. It's like, you couldn't handle everything that's going on in there. Like, Meyer was traded to the D-backs, and then 5 minutes later, he wasn't. If we fucking put that on the Patreon and the world burned down, it's like, we're responsible for that. Like, we can't do that. So I found out that like, so we knew about it, and then 5 minutes later, it was off the table. It was a thing for much longer than that. So this was being kind of like thrown around by an individual that was not, I mean, like, this person is in the know. Like, this person would have sources in other organizations and was super confident that, like, it's done. Like, it wasn't even like this is happening. It was like, it's done. And then it went from that to, oh, fuck, this is actually not a thing at all. I'm kind of curious, like, do you think that that's a situation where maybe someone maybe on the D-back side or on the Red Sox side, I'm thinking more the D-back side, was trying to flush out a leak and they did it like that? Like, it just wasn't anything and they were trying to find who the leak was? Does that make more sense for how something like that could happen if both sides are saying, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, we weren't even discussing anything. So it's not even like we were trying to throw names together in hopes that a deal could come together. It just wasn't a thing.
I tweeted out, I was like, it's interesting timing to see this after the Ketel Marte stuff from Nightingale, where I was like, all right, like, is maybe the conversations from over the offseason, like, are people like circling back or asking questions if those talks had picked up again? But Breslow, like, shit on it. Like, he wasn't even like, he was like, listen, there's some things that are inaccurate and I can be like, oh yeah, I get where you're coming from. He's like, this is blatantly false and doesn't deserve any attention. And I was like, all right, like, that's a pretty strong way of saying, like, none of this is actually going on. But yeah, that does feel more like you're testing who's putting shit out there, who's talking to who. And I don't know, like, even just from the Red Sox side, which it doesn't seem like that was as much the side where it was coming from. There's obviously been a lot of talk and more leaking, I think, lately due to a lot of people being upset or frustrated with whether it's coaching staffs or handlings inside of the organization or communication as a whole.
Good book.
You've been saying as a whole a lot lately, too.
A lot.
Is that my new?
I think
That's
it
your
is.
crutch phrase. Yeah, you said it at least 4 times on BFD
Dude, he's
today.
promoting your book. Like, he's doing a nice thing.
It's a great book. Listen, one of my finer works and something that I'm proud of. But yeah, T's been giving it a lot of pub recently.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Red Sox lose 3-1. Meyer hit that fucking bomb, though.
That was a nice moment until everything today. It was off a lefty, a sweeper. Like, those are things we've talked about. And now there is this new portion of Marcelo Meyer, kind of a new version with the toe tap, which that article came out the following day after our last pod, where I wouldn't call it anti-Meyer, but raising some of the concerns we had about him. And with the toe tap, then things seem to be clicking a little bit more. He said he felt disconnected from his lower half. It's just now you have this neck back issue. They wanted to have him as a pinch hitter later in the game. Doesn't look like that worked out. I'm not going to like say he's hurt or that's a big thing moving forward, but I hope it doesn't derail the nice couple of days he was having.
Did we have a negative Meyer conversation last episode?
It wasn't super negative. It was more just pointing out the fact that he's been relatively underwhelming this year, and we expected that the big concern was going to be, can he stay on the field? And he has stayed on the field, and yet hasn't really progressed to
we
the.
were
at
just
the rate we
going
thought.
over stats. It was just
Oh,
like,
it wasn't
yeah,
like super negative. No, it was more just
I
funny
think
than see him hit a
fastballs,
bomb.
he's crushing. It was like breaking and soft has been bad. Fastballs been really good. I didn't. Some of the reaction, I thought that like people were viewing it as like a takedown. I was like, we're just going over the numbers here.
Wasn't anything
I
crazy.
think it was people looking at it, and maybe it's because of the way I framed it, but more along the lines of like Arias, Meyer, like what would you rather cling to? Is Arias already a better prospect than Meyer? Is that, part of a shot at the way Marcelo Meyer was viewed or how we view him now? And I do think those are like negative-ish ways to look at Marcelo Meyer because of how he was built up. And it's hard, I think, when you are a guy who's the 4th overall pick in the draft, those conversations make people uncomfortable because you build up guys based on those things. But I think they're real conversations you do need to have. But he told you, I'm not impacting the ball. Like, that is what he said, and that's what we said on the podcast. So, like, you can argue with it. You can say, oh, whatever. But, he knows he needs to fix it, and now we're going to wait to see if he can.
And a lot of it comes down to his demeanor. Like, the actual guy, I don't think a lot of fans are worried about him getting rattled at this level. I think he knows that, like, okay, I know what I have to do. I know what I have to be better at. So I don't think anything with Marcelo was ever like the big leagues are too much for him. He's got to go back down. He's not ready for the bright lights. It's just execution. Like, he has to make sure he's actually getting better day by day, making little adjustments like you're mentioning with the toe tap. It is funny that how many of his homers are off lefties? Are they all off?
2 out of 3.
2 out of 3.
Okay. I'm saying all as if he's got 10 homers, but still, that is notable considering that he wasn't going to face lefties and still hasn't faced lefties that much that he's doing that. But yeah, Marcelo, the dude, I don't think anyone's super worried about. Maybe the team thinks he's too chill, but he can fool you with the eye test. He consistently can, because even when he hits a homer, looks like he's been playing for this team for 7-8 years, honestly, and has done that a million times.
There goes my 275th.
Yep, there it is. I don't even need the ball. I got more coming. We're good.
Just another trip around the bags for old Marcelo.
That's how he trots the bases. It's like, come on, dude. I hit so many home runs. Like, this is what I do. So he's got that part down.
Yeah. McCarthy had asked me if I thought that we don't see Roman or Crochet again for the rest of the year. And I was like, Matt, there's 4 months left of this fucking thing.
Can I?
You think that
ask
there's
a
a
question?
chance we don't see either one again?
Well, I mean, they're on pace for like their worst record ever. Like we could get in that territory of what's the point?
Yeah, I understand. All right, so he said the exact same thing, to which I said, like, if there's a lockout next year, you think Garrett Crochet is going to essentially want to sit out for 2 years? No, he's going to want to get back out there.
He'll want to get
but
back
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he's going to be ready. I'm curious. And I
there's
think
a
the Red
difference
Sox
between ready and like, all right, he's 95%. We have 6 weeks to go. Do we just shut him down and let him rest? Or does he want to get back out there? It doesn't. They could have the worst record in Major League Baseball. And if there's 6 weeks left and I feel like I can at least give you 3 starts, I want to give you 3 starts.
Now, this is where my question would be. And I do not know how this applies to the situation. I'm not going to act like I do, but it's being bandied about online right now. And this was from Garrett Crochet's contract extension. The Red Sox get a conditional option of $15 million for 2032 if Crochet misses 120 consecutive days due to a significant arm injury. In the case of such an event, assuming it happened between 26 and 30, his opt-out after 2030 would be voided. If he avoids such an injury, then he gets the opt-out following 2030. I don't know how that factors in with the shoulder and this going to the lat following that. I don't know if they apply. I don't know if it's only a Tommy John conversation. If it was UCL related, I feel like that would have been the language, because that's the old John Lackey thing, right? Back in the day. Right. That was the clause he had in his deal. So do the Red Sox have a vested interest in maybe taking things slow if it gets to that point? I don't know. That would probably be really bad for your relationship with the player.
I mean, he would just file a grievance. Like, they can't keep him on the IL to...
If he's fully ready to go.
Like, if he has doctors... Yeah, like, if doctors are like, he's good to go, then they can't keep him on the IL as a means to manipulate his contract situation.
I think he's one setback away from it being very in the conversation.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, all the news has been terrible.
That would be legit, though. Like, if he's actually hurt and he actually can't get out there and start, then sure.
But do you go about it differently if you knew the team was going to have a shot to make the playoffs versus, oh no, they're 15 to 20 games out? Are you going to go about your rehab? Does that handling all change? I don't know. How aggressive are you willing to be?
If a doctor is telling me I'm good to return and begin a rehab assignment, I don't care what the record is. I'm beginning my rehab assignment. Like, he's a professional.
Put it at like 40%.
That's your job.
I'd put it at
40% that we don't see him again.
Both of them again. And a lot of that comes down to how much of a disconnect there is between the team and the player for both these situations, and for so many we've seen in the past. If Roman's getting rushed out there and it's like, oh, that just made it worse, then you keep pushing it back. All of a sudden that becomes August. Now you're 20 games out in the division? Not like the division matters at that point, but it really gets to a point where it's like, what is the point? And if I'm leaning a lot more into the player not being ready because of how the team handled it, versus we don't put him out there because we're way out of it. I think the percentage pie is bigger in that regard. So I don't know. I just, the more updates we get, I get scared to see T's profile picture now, because every time it comes with some terrible update for either Crochet or Roman or somebody else on the team, and it just doesn't seem like that's going to change anytime soon.
What was that thing that was going around the other day about Roman and like Driveline? It was like a very unsubstantiated thing.
I saw someone say it recently, and I think this is a very good way to put it. The Driveline, like how people used to refer to baseball analytics as this like broad term, is how people are just using Driveline now. But it was another podcast in the space is probably the right way to frame it.
Okay.
Which Lou Merloni came very heavily down on. If you want me to read that, Lou Merloni, he put out a tweet. He was like, I usually don't even care to respond to a lot of this stuff, but I feel the need to do so in this spot. He goes, normally I would not comment on something like this, but come on, it's just not true. His rehab will also be determined by which team is home, Portland or Worcester, whenever he ends up rehabbing. But the idea was that when he was supposed to be resting, Driveline made him take dry swings.
I don't think that's the thing.
No. Trust me, in a time where people are looking for reasons and happy to put things out that are bad about the Red Sox, this would be out there in other places if anything like this happened.
Yeah.
I don't think the Driveline has the authority to do that.
No.
And if Roman was sitting there saying like, "Hey, my finger still fucking hurts,"
he wouldn't be swinging.
Driveline. Let's just walk.
Driveline isn't the medical staff.
No,
I don't know what to tell you.
Let's walk through this hypothetically. Driveline says, "Roman, take some fucking dry swings," and Roman's like, "I can't. My finger's still in a cast." And then Driveline smashes his cast and puts a bat in his hand and said, "We need you to take some dry swings." Don't you think Roman could go above their head and be like, "Hey, Craig, hey, whomever, I'm not ready to do that." There's no, you can't force a guy to take dry swings who's injured and unable to do so. That's just...
Nothing will be decided without the medical staff. If the medical staff does not allow it to happen, it will not happen in that way.
Yeah. Chad Tracy said today that there was no update with Garrett Crochet, but that he was progressing. This is from Christopher Smith. I sent a text to Craig Breslow to ask him to clarify on Crochet's situation, given the report about his lat strain being worse than initially thought. Breslow has not replied yet. Man. This
communication,
team,
the Boston Red Sox.
Terrible. And that factors in, too, if these guys are going to come back or not. That factors into it. Where it's like, you're going to have their teams, too, being like, what is this shit? Like, what is going on with this team? Like, everything is bad, and everything says dysfunction. And that's what I always get worried about, big picture-wise, too, of any free agents out there, or guys that are pending free agents, like, well, I'm not going to that shit show. And if it keeps happening year after year after year, it's just more reason to not even factor in the Red Sox as an option for your next destination.
Okay. Chris Smith quote tweeted his own tweet and said, Breslow responded saying, quote, "My understanding is that, like Chad said, Garrett continues to make good progress with the lat strain. I then asked, so there's nothing new in terms of severity? And he replied, correct." So that was fucking G-Bob that had that report, right?
Correct.
That fucking dumbass.
But the quotes were straight from Crochet.
Crochet said that his lat was worse?
Yeah,
He said it was worse.
that's the issue. That's why.
Well, he's still a dumbass for the record.
Sure.
Sure. Agreed.
Not Crochet.
Yeah, separate.
G-Bob.
But this falls into like
what was the
same
direct
thing.
quote? What did he say?
I have it right here. Sideline Red Sox ace Garrett Crochet said Wednesday that the lat strain that has kept him off the mound in recent weeks is a lot worse than we thought. I'm doing those little hand
so
quotations.
that he said that. That's
Yes.
not good.
And then followed up the next
How
quote.
is he under the impression that it's a lot worse than they thought? But Craig's like, he's got the best lats.
He's good, dude.
I've seen.
He's good.
But
we need
this
him,
is
so
the
he's good.
communication problem we keep talking about, where you had your team president going on and not being able to communicate effectively what was going on with Roman Anthony and his injury, and creating this drama out of it to the point where Roman Anthony follows up and he's like, "Hey, man, I don't know if people actually know, but this is what I have going on with my hand. It's a tear or a partial tear. This is what I'm going through." And it's just, how is this organization not able to operate on the same page? It's not that fucking hard to keep your story straight. Why can't you guys all say the same thing? Instead, you talk to the player, you get a different message. You talk to someone in the front office, you get a different message. You talk to someone in ownership, you get a different message. It's maddening. It genuinely, it doesn't make any sense for it to be this hard. It should never be this bad.
It's like they're trying to control this with like positive thinking of like, no, we need you out there, so like you're good. That's not how it fucking works. Like they do this all the time with these players, where it's like, no, well, trust me, we talked to him and everything's fine, when they didn't even talk to the player at all. And it's more just this wishful thinking scenario again, where your roster isn't put together the right way. So when two huge guys for that roster go down, you're just gonna think, all right, a couple weeks went by, like rub some dirt on it, you're fine to go. And they're not fine to go. Like I don't get the point of even saying it publicly, because like obviously the player is going to negate it. Obviously, they don't want to look like idiots in front of a fan base that's then going to call them soft. Like very clearly, Roman's tone with Bradfo was like, "I'm getting ripped left and right. You guys shut the hell up, because it's not just me. Like I can't go out there right now, and you're making me look bad, and guys are sick of it." And that's coming from Roman Anthony, who's probably played 80 games here. Has he played half a full season yet with the Red Sox? Maybe.
I think we have 90 games.
Okay, but still, that's coming from somebody that I understand there's been a lot put on his shoulders and all that, but has barely been here, and he's okay already with being like, "What the hell, guys? Like, I'm not good to go." And Crochet can feel like a veteran here, but he's still only a little over a season in Boston. So you make these guys look stupid, they're going to then go to their agents, their teams, and be like, "What the hell's going on here? Like, why is this happening with everybody?" It's so annoying that it happens over and over and over again with this team. And the fact that all of us here too, and everyone listening, is just not surprised, is an even worse sign. That you're not surprised that your front office and ownership, maybe not ownership, whatever, Sam Kennedy, are going to just lie about where the players are at. Like the fact we're not surprised by that is damning and a terrible sign for where this team's at.
I think the other thing too, and I was thinking about this earlier, and I mean, it's 20 years. It's been 20 years. Like when the Red Sox kind of got cooking there, when Theo Epstein took over in 2003, and then they went in 2004, and then they won the wild card in 2005, but they had the same record as the Yankees, who finished in first place. 2006, they didn't make the playoffs. But in 2006, David Ortiz breaks the Red Sox single season home run record. So like there's stars, there's reason to still watch, and there's just like, all right, it's an off year, but like the championship pieces are still here. And you know what? The fact that this team didn't make the playoffs, like I'm excited to see how the pissed off front office responds to this. It wasn't like, oh, they didn't make the playoffs, so like here comes the downward trend of the organization where it's going to be shit for 5 fucking years that we have to sit through before they hit on a few draft picks to come up here and be the backbone of a championship core. It was, the Red Sox didn't make the playoffs. Uh-oh. Here comes fucking JD Drew and Daisuke Matsuzaka and Hideki Okajima. Like they're just going to start spending all this money because they are pissed that they didn't even make, never mind finish in last place, never mind have one of the worst records in the sport. I think they finished in third that year. And they were like, we are going to fucking drown our players in money and be so good and come back and win the World Series the next year. And that's what they did. This time around, not even this time around, like it's been this way for a while. The Red Sox having one of the worst teams in the sport, one of the worst offenses in the game, no part of me is feeling tingly like, oh man, this offseason, they're going to sign every big bat. They're going to make so many trades to make sure that this is a thing of the past. And like, this is such an aberration on their ascension to winning consecutive World Series titles. No part of me feels that way. No part of me should feel that way based on how they've behaved over the last 7 years or so. That's got to be one of the, like, that to me is what makes me feel worse than anything. It's not the fact that I, in my mind, gave up on this team in April and said that the season was over, knowing that the whole season was still ahead. I gave up on this team in April, but it's like, all right, yeah, sure. Like we're kind of used to not making the playoffs, and we're used to watching dog shit baseball. I think what I've not gotten used to is the ownership group not responding with fucking vengeance and just the most effort that you can put in as a baseball organization to correct a team's path in one off season's time. You had 2012, the aforementioned 2012. They fucking, I mean, they didn't go all out, but they signed a bunch of players and then won the World Series the next year. 06, they didn't make the playoffs. They signed a bunch of players and then won the World Series the next year. No part of me thinks that this winter the Red Sox will say, man, what a fucking abysmal season. We're going all out. That's what's more depressing to me than anything else.
Well, especially with a lockout coming out too. They would look at that as like, oh, we don't really know what's going to happen.
Why.
So
Yeah.
we'll just stick with these guys.
Yeah,
Jerry, Kalshi users, I know you were curious here, and I'm curious what you'll say. I think you'll get this one right. Kalshi users are forecasting the odds of who will make the All-Star game from the Boston Red Sox. Having those phrases in the same sentence just feels completely wrong. Who on this abysmal Red Sox team do you think has the highest chance of making it the All-Star game in Philly?
If I had to guess, I'd say probably like Aroldis Chapman at like 82% or something like that.
That is wow. And I know you're not looking. That is very, very impressive, and it's exactly correct. Aroldis Chapman, the closer of the Red Sox, who might not even be here by that All-Star game. He might be wearing a different cap. 82% chance to make it to Philly. Who's even the next highest? You got to scroll for a minute. Where's WC?
It's got to be WC-40. Yeah.
First base is tough, though, man.
Rafaela.
Yeah, after that homer today, he's got to be up there.
Like, if you're talking first base in the AL, like Ben Rice and Nick Kurtz, they're going to get the opportunity.
See Wilson
over him.
on here. Come on now. What is that?
He just makes it as a catcher.
I mean, T's right. I don't know who he's supposed to start over.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Like, he's having an incredible season, but those guys they're MVP candidates.
As a reserve, you got to get him in there. Find a way to get WC-40 to Philly. But yeah, not a lot of Red Sox should be there. When you have a season like this, because it is still a requirement, right, to have a guy there, I believe.
I believe so.
Which I get
Could
it
be
for
Tolley.
like, tune in and all that. Yeah, Tolley should get some consideration. Obviously, that last start didn't go the way he wanted, but
No.
yeah, Chappie being the only representation of the Red Sox, and then he gets dealt, and so they have nobody in the All-Star game would be fitting for how this season's gone.
It would be funny. It would be funny if they announced that he made the team and then he got traded after. So technically he wore like
The Dodgers.
a
cap.
Padres uniform for the All-Star game. Yeah. Whatever.
Preview.
I can't believe Crochet and Anthony Ray. That is the fact that the two most important players on your team, you've now had a situation like this, is insane to me. Like, genuinely crazy stuff.
I can believe it, T.
Crochet and Roman, the two most important pieces you have, the biggest chess pieces in your organization, you've now fucked up publicly talking about their injuries in the same, month? That is wild. In the same... Tyler's been ejected.
Let it roll. Let it roll.
Just let it play. I'm out.
Let it play.
What's up, everyone? We're back here. We're Ridge Wallet today. And listen, I've talked about losing my wallet again and again and again on this podcast. I think on just about every platform I've been on so far. I've done horrendous things with my past wallets. They kind of let me down in so many different ways. They were kind of just this ugly, crusty leather bricks that would sit in my back pocket. It would hurt my back. It'd make me have bad posture. And I'll be real with you. When I pulled it out and put it on the table, people were often disappointed. It was really a frustrating experience overall until I found Ridge, and they kind of showed me the way that I didn't have to carry this old, overstuffed wallet that, almost looked like a filing cabinet where I had gift card after gift card. It was just too much. It was overloaded. It was ugly. It was not what I needed. But fortunately, when I found Ridge Wallet, and I wanted to tell you guys about it today because Father's Day is coming up, and I wanted to let you know of a gift that you could get your father that he'll use every single day. It's not going to be one of those things where you get it for him and, oh, it's so cool for a day or for 2 days or 3. No, this will be something he uses every single day of his life, and he'll get compliments because that ugly wallet he had before that, just pushed people away or made them feel a little bit uncomfortable, it doesn't exist anymore. Ridge Wallet offers unique, slim, and a modern design that holds up to 12 cards plus cash. It's made with premium materials like aluminum, titanium, and carbon fiber, which makes them more reliable, durable, and guaranteed for life. I'll be real with you. I've ripped a couple wallets. I know that sounds a little crazy. One of them went straight in half. It was almost like I put one end of the wallet in my back pocket when I sat down. It was over after that. One of the great things about Ridge Wallet is they offer a bunch of different colorways and styles that you could use to maybe connect with you or with an outfit or whatever you're feeling. They have the 90s capsule collection, which has Hot Rod, Lone Wolf, and Thunderbird. Over 50 plus colors and styles to choose from. Ridge was built by a father and son, designed to meet the same standards dad set every single day. And all Ridge products have a lifetime warranty. So this is not something you have to worry about if it does break or some crazy accident happens. And they're backed by the people with over 100,000 5-star reviews. And I'll be real with you, losing your wallet is the worst, but with the Ridge tracker card, you'll always know exactly where it is before panic mode kicks in. You're not going to the front desk. You're not running through your house on your way out of the door. All of that is erased with Ridge Wallet. For a limited time, Ridge is running their Father's Day sale where you can get up to 40% off their best gear. Just head to ridge.com/section10 and don't miss out on one of their biggest discounts all year. That's ridge.com/section10 for up to 40% off. After your purchase, they'll ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Back to the show.
What else happened in the news,
Notebook.
T? What other? I'm sure that there's something that we're missing.
I think the Narváez thing is the other big
Yes.
piece of the week.
Dude, that was so sad, man. Like, too many people were shitting on me, like, oh, like, well, if you played better, then this
Predictable
wouldn't have
response.
happened. It's like, did he really?
Okay, this is my issue when you start talking about these things with Mickey Gasper. Because these are issues that happen now where you start prioritizing someone like Mickey Gasper, who does not have a significant future with the organization like Carlos Narváez was viewed entering this year, where we know you're a stud defensive catcher. I think nobody was that high offensively on him. I don't think anyone expected him to be what he was in the first half last year. You'd hope he'd be somewhere along the lines of a 90 OPS plus to 100. He hasn't been that. He's, I believe, been in the 60s so far this year. Well, a week of Mickey Gasper was enough to take a majority of his playing time. And if we go now all the way to May 18th, that's exactly 1 week after Mickey Gasper had joined the team. And it was a fun first week, we recall. He has a 76 WRC+. And we've seen with Gasper, the defense behind the plate is not very impressive. There has been some pretty rough moments over there, especially in the last week or two. And there was a period of him adjusting and learning the staff as well. Narváez gets a lot of credit for those things because he is good at them. But you're prioritizing and so desperate for offense because of your failures in other parts of the lineup, where catcher should never be where you're begging to get a guy who is 24% below league average as a hitter, but just because he hits for a little average right now, you're so desperate to throw him in there that you are now creating uncomfortable situations with a player like Narváez. And we heard last week they want to shop Wong. Clearly, they like Narváez inside of the organization.
Like, what does that mean? What does that mean? We want to shop a bad player? Like, congrats.
Good luck. Well, like, what is anybody going to offer you? Like, that is the truth in a lot of those things. I don't disagree there. But I think with Narváez here, I understand if you wanted to ride Gasper and give him playing time and do it that way, but the fact that you haven't really communicated it, and Chad Tracy basically said, like, hey, man, I think everyone can tell what's going on here. You could still have a talk with the player. And to me, it wasn't Alex Cora that I thought of in that moment. It was Jason Varitek. Someone who is that dad figure who is maybe there for you to talk you through things and be someone in that clubhouse maybe when times were tough that you could talk to and talk through things with. He doesn't have that guy anymore. And I do think in this spot, did Narváez deserve some of his playing time to be cut into a little bit when they were that desperate for offense? Sure. For now, it to be to the point where he's splitting time with Connor Wong and hoping to get in the lineup against the lefty, that's a pretty tough spot when he is the best defensive catcher on the team. And for a team that's focused on defense and run prevention, he brings those tools. There's not enough of a gap between him and Mickey Gasper to, I think, create this situation with Narváez. But when you build a bad baseball team offensively, this is where you are. This is where you stand. And you have another player putting things out there of just questioning their reality and their future in the organization. It's sad. It sucks. But you can tell he feels like he's lost his identity or whatever that was.
It does suck when he, like, reading through those quotes was genuinely sad, I will say. And one thing that we love about Carlos, and he's obviously become a friend of the program, is he's insanely authentic and he'll tell you what's on his mind. And he just seems like a genuine, really good dude that wants to win so, so bad. And so when he's mentioning, I don't have him in front of me, T, I'm sure you do, but when he's mentioning, like, I was a leader of this, or like, I'm a leader of this team, and then he goes, I was a leader of this team last year. It's like, damn. Like, you can probably feel it if you're Cap and you're looking at this like, I mattered, and now it just immediately shifted so much. He was hitting 273 at the break last year. Talk about the bat not being great, but like, it was still better than you would expect. And we were saying,
you don't make it through the
All-Star
first half without him last year.
He was not at all. Cleanup in the first half.
I know, and having
Sox.
big swings too. 273 at the break since he's hitting 196. And it is tough now when you get off to a slow start and they're going to put two other catchers ahead of you that aren't as good defensively. Like, I get why he's got a gripe there. So it can be both sides. I understand people are always going to jump down and be like, oh, we'll just play better. But you can have both sides of the argument where, yes, he could have played at a certain standard, but at the same time, he still could matter a lot if he's getting more chances with this team to start.
Also, like, the fact of the part of the story where he was like, obviously my playing time has changed, but no one has told me anything.
Yeah.
Like, the fact
Which is
that no
par for
one
the
was
course.
there to sit him down and be like, hey man, like, keep grinding. We're going to go with Mickey for now. Like, we need, like, our offense sucks. We need someone that can hit. Just walk him through it. And he's telling you, yeah, like, I went from how I felt as a leader on this team to the everyday catcher to now barely seeing the field, and no one even told me this was the plan. No one told me to work on this. No one said, anything. Like, that's such a bad look for the organization. I get it, like, he's not like Adley Rutschman. He's not a superstar player. He didn't come with, first round pedigree, or he wasn't like a big trade or free agent signing, but he was very important to last year's team that made the playoffs, by the way. And
he was named the starting catcher in spring training. It wasn't a platoon.
Yeah. And to go from that to kind of just to ghosting someone that's still around, Coley.
Yep, Coley.
I think it would be despicable if the Red Sox are saying he had to be an Adley Rutschman type player to get the respect of that conversation. I think the most admirable thing about Bill Belichick, and obviously there's no Bill Belichick in the Red Sox organization right now, the most admirable thing about him is he started every film session telling the greatest quarterback of all time that he sucked ass in front of the entire team. So that way, when he did have to have a conversation with the real people who sucked ass, he could do that because they knew there was this uniform standard across the entire organization. You can get it too. That has not been the case with the Boston Red Sox for a very long time. They treat every player wildly differently depending on contract, standing with public opinion, standing with an internal opinion, and that clearly has caught up to them in a way that they have no sort of strategy to deal with moving forward, and it's disgraceful.
You had your CBO in a piece last week saying in year 3, he maybe didn't realize how important it was to be on the same page and communicate to people and other people in the organization their intent on winning and where they were at. Like, he didn't understand maybe quite the value in those conversations. And listen, you can go to the offseason. It's clear they view Narváez as probably closer to a backup catcher than a starting catcher. They call on Kyle Teal at any chance they get and beg and say, hey, would you send him back? you know, you could talk about Dalton rushing and those rumors popping up at different points over the last year or so. Yeah, that's all there. It's just the desperation you've worked with to get Mickey Gasper in the lineup at the cost of this without communicating just speaks to how poorly you built this team. That guys like this, and this is why some of those quotes that are in the Globe, while I think you can make arguments against them about where they were to start the year versus where they are now and how fair some of them are. But when you're talking about prioritizing certain AAA players in that way, well, is this really worth it for Mickey Gasper, who outside of a hot week has been essentially the same bat with worse defense? Like, is that really, you're that desperate? And this is what desperation does. You do stupid things. You burn relationships. You don't operate as a smart franchise. And like, this is where they exist right now, where if you have a good 3 days, man, you're fucking in the lineup. We're not even talking about it, but that's because of your own shortcomings and failures. And it's coming at the cost of certain players feeling ghosted or not properly communicated or handled with. And that's going to spread, and that's going to go to other players around the league. Like, you talk about May and all that shit. Like, I saw all these people when I put out those stats, and it almost like was funny to me because everyone was quote tweeting him and being like, look at, man, I told you things were different about this offense. Like, y'all just weren't seeing it. They were first in BABIP and they were 17th in expected WOBA. And it's funny because a lot of the more nerdier people in the community were the ones pushing these things when the numbers that actually tell the truth are right in front of you. Like, you were riding a lot of bats like IKF and Nick Sogard during that stretch. You got a good stretch from Jarren Duran. That goes a long way. But you know, we know a Jarren Duran, he's a roller coaster at this point. It's a 138 batting average and like a 360 OPS over his last 7 games or so. IKF, you can't bank on that. Outside of today, which was a nice day, he hasn't been that player he was for 10 days. Nick Sogard's hurt, but you didn't expect him to carry it. They were banking and hoping and clinging to a lot of things that just weren't sustainable. And that's the problem with where they are right now because they're that desperate because of their own failures over the offseason. And some bad luck during the season.
It's bad. Stats is melting down on Twitter right now.
What he's saying is all correct, though. If you run some, like on this, like, dude, as someone who runs a Red Sox account, like, you do see former players.
What's the handle? You run one? What's the handle?
Yeah, at Tyler Milliken _ shout him out.
Cool. I'll check it out.
But that is the truth to this entire situation. It's kind of scary. That last tweet from Stats almost makes me feel like he's listening to the podcast. Because it is word for word. I truly believe Coley Mick is Red Sox Stats.
No, he's so genuinely just smarter than me. Like, it's not.
Oh, no. Stats.
Not to toot his horn too much, but
he deserves it. He is that kind of mind. But yeah, I kind of forgot where I was.
People got mad at him because he was correct about the Devers trade. Like, what about this guy? What about this guy thinks like he just like went rogue all of a sudden? Like, that was one of the craziest things I've seen happen.
It is the right way to word it. How the hell does a team have different top front office people contradicting their 2 best players about injuries within a couple weeks? That sums it up. It's not just like one person going rogue. It's multiple people within the front office that are contradicting what their best players and the future of their organization are saying. That's where we're at.
Show. It's a clown show.
I still haven't followed that account because for a while I was skeptical about whether or not it was actually Stats.
There was a fake one for a while that was kind of cooking, I want to say, like midsummer last year.
Red Sox Stats was an account for, like, our first interaction with each other was in like 2010.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then he deleted his account, I think, after the Devers thing.
Yep. Right after
And then came back, but usually if you deactivate and then come back, your followers come back when you reactivate, but this one started at 0. So I was like, this feels like it's not actually Stats.
No, it is.
But we'll never know.
I'm 95% positive it is. I mean, impressive though. 10,000 followers, whole new account.
I mean, yeah, Stats has been in the game for 2 decades.
Just getting right back up to 10K. Pretty good.
He's got the stats, yeah. Should I follow this account then? Like, I don't.
Yeah. I hopped back on. I mean, I felt sad because I feel like I had a good relationship with Stats on Twitter, and then just kind of got the, maybe not the unfollow, but he just kind of left all of us.
No, I mean, he definitely a new account that when he restarted it, because like you said, it started following nobody and had no followers. It took me a while to refollow it, and then I finally did. And then he still likes similar tweets of mine that a previous account did, which would be so random if it weren't the same guy.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
thankful
Alright.
he hasn't
I'll
blocked
throw
me
a
on the
follow.
new account.
He's thinking about it. I was talking to
Listen,
him the
Put it
other
out
day.
there, T.
I quote tweet him from time to time, and I
wouldn't do
will
that.
comment on what he says.
Yeah,
I
don't make
won't
yourself
follow
known.
him out of respect because I don't want to be blocked upon immediately following. Because, as I said, my two biggest influences were always Jared and Red Sox Stats. Those were the two people that I wanted to be. Yes, you're number one, Jared.
I'm going to tweet
closing
him
in
to
on-
block you right now.
Please
Mm.
don't.
Closing
He
in on
will.
half a
He
million.
definitely is going to do it.
Ellen's
That's-
about to make me a cake.
Oh, where we at? Another 100.
489.
Ooh.
Oh, 489 cake?
So I'll probably, if I can get to half a
490K from
milli
Ellen.
by August, that's cake
that-
time, brother.
Is that level of growth even possible on the bird anymore?
If we
Yeah, I
can't
think
post
so.
videos.
Yeah,
The most random
yeah.
app ever now. Like, I don't
It's
even get this app
not-
anymore.
Yeah, very fun. Like, who's still signing? The only people still signing up for Twitter are people whose accounts got suspended.
Yeah.
Like, it's not new people.
Imagine just finding out about Twitter now. What's going on over
Yeah,
here?
wow,
No,
this
get
is-
out of here. You don't want
I-
to see it.
I'll tell you what. Anytime I see like a bad take in my mentions, I'll click on that profile. 9 out of 10 times joined like March 2026. And I'm like, you're not a person. Like,
Yeah.
I'll never see you again.
No. Yeah, shout out to the bird, man. We wouldn't be here without the
R.I.P.
bird.
Yeah.
R.I.p. Well, yeah,
Most of the-
R.I.p.
I'm saying
if
the
they don't
bird.
fix
The
this
bird.
fucking-
I love the bird version a lot
Yeah.
more.
Bird was a great guy. And even Jack was like a complete asshat, but he just let the bird be the bird.
You gotta let the bird be the bird.
Yeah. He was like, yeah, I'll verify some Nazis, but that's it. That's all I got going for me.
Birds aren't real.
Yeah,
Okay.
you've stood on that.
Mhm.
Was there any other nonsense that happened since our last recording, T?
I think that is the main thing outside of the embarrassment of the games themselves.
Did we get the Chapman extension yet?
Nope, we do not have that. Oh, there was a
Soon.
weird thing just to touch on that I saw floating around because it played right into Coley's longer take that has existed for a long time about the weirdness of them shipping players to like go play in their debuts or get called up like within hours. And I think it was accidentally said on radio that he had been flown in this morning.
Bennett?
He
Bennett?
clarified.
But he got in last night.
Yeah, he clarified after the game, and Jemai did on the Nesson broadcast as well.
Even still, why last night? Like, what?
Fair. That's all
They knew
fair.
for a week that
Yeah,
he
they
was gonna
scratched
get
him.
that
What
start.
was he supposed to start Saturday in Worcester? Last Saturday?
Yeah, it was clear as day. Like,
Can
you
you
were gonna have to
not?
go that
Maybe there's
route.
some weird 26-man rules, like you can't just be flying people. Like, I genuinely don't know. I really
Taxi
don't know.
squad?
Yeah, they have the taxi squad. Yeah.
Sure, but isn't that for
Oh,
double headers?
I do have one more thing.
What is it, T?
And this article felt like it just no one really put too much time into it because it came out the same time as the Narváez stuff. But Ken Rosenthal speaking to Alex Cora and kind of having the first quotes we've gotten from Cora since he got fired, and just saying I continue to back Chad Tracy and that we're talking and I support him, and Jim Tracy, his dad, speaking very highly and basically admitting at the end of the article he's still uncomfortable about the way all of it played out and with his son taking over. But yeah, just I don't know how much there is to say on the topic, but Chad Tracy once again mentioning they talk, and Cora saying like I support him, we're a fraternity, and that's the way we operate.
Dude, I'm not convinced. Never mind.
Oh, where are you going there?
I think he's supportive of like Tracy the human being, but I think he's like probably actively rooting against the Red Sox.
No,
Okay.
he's not. He's not.
I felt
All
like
right.
there was a line at the end.
Seems like a good
From the moment he joined the organization, I felt like I had a teammate who saw things the way I did and who was always willing to listen when I needed someone to talk to about team matters. To me, that says, Craig, he's more like me than he is like you. And while maybe certain things get dressed up right now, he's new to the job, he plays up to the role. Trust me, he may be nicer to you or frame things nicer to you than I did. We operate from a similar place. At least that's how I read into it. maybe I'm doing too much. Maybe I'm being, a little narrative heavy, but that's how I felt.
I just can't believe the communication thing. When that's your reputation and it's still bad, like not being corrected, I don't know.
It's a mess.
And that's who they're backing. That's their guy. That's their guy.
We haven't even talked about it. That's how good he is.
I wish, like, these are people's careers. These are people's lives that we're talking about. Like, for us, it's podcast fodder, but obviously, Craig Breslow, like, this is his job. This is his career. I'm sure it's very stressful and there's a lot of negativity. I'm sure it weighs on him a lot. I wish that it was like not serious enough to where Friday we could just go to Fenway and be like, can we just sit down and like talk about this like openly? Can we have a conversation where you're just a real person and you're not giving these like PR canned answers so that we can have like, how does something like that happen where the player is saying, I tore my lat off my body, and the team is saying he couldn't be progressing better. Yeah, like he might pitch tomorrow.
Like, we got him going every game.
Yeah, I guess if you're just asking the questions that people really want answered and getting candid, honest responses, you can't do it because it would make the team look so bad.
Craig, before you fucking respond to the text message, call Garrett Crochet, get on the same page, and address it when you show up 2 days from now, or put out a statement tomorrow regarding it. Instead, you talk like you didn't even speak to the guy. As far as I know, as far as it's gotten to me, like, you run the organization. You're not getting things leaked to you. You're not getting things from certain people. You have the ability to get the answers. So why aren't you speaking on a 100% for sure basis on the same page with everyone else? It really isn't that hard. And like, you could sit here and you could talk roster moves, and there's plenty in that case to talk about firing a guy or moving on from Craig Breslow. I think there's enough justification there. But genuinely, the communication stuff that keeps coming out and the things we're hearing inside the organization around the sport about him, those should be as damning, if not held to an even higher regard. The rest of the baseball world is laughing at you, and you seemingly don't give a fuck. That is the saddest place to be in any sports world that can exist. You're a joke to everybody right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's stiff.
Good way to frame it.
What was his name?
Craig.
The hero?
That said that? Yeah, that keeps aging well.
Oh, yeah.
Carl Moshe. Shout him out.
Was that
Nick
it?
Moshe.
That's what
I believe that's it, yeah.
That's what Google has it as. Craig Moshe.
Tactical nuke!
You guys want to talk about anything else?
No.
All right, back here we're Ultra Pouches. And listen, I'm one of those people. I wake up a lot of the times in this kind of foggy or cloudy way after a long night of work. Maybe the Red Sox gave me this hangover, and hell, after watching this Rays series, I'm probably going to wake up this way tomorrow and be struggling. And I used to go grab a cup of coffee or nicotine, something to kind of get my body going. I'm injecting all these different kind of chemicals into my body to function and get through the day. Well, the great thing about Ultra Pouches is that they completely go against that. They don't want to put those things into your body. They just want to find a way to get you on track so the start of your day can go the way it needs to go. There's no more of that crashing or that nicotine withdrawal that people typically go through. Some of them cause anxiety or put you on edge. Maybe they make your heart race a little bit, or your sleep score starts to get worse because you're doing these things to get through your day. Well, listen, all of that is over. You don't have to worry about any of that now. And as I was saying, these pouches are nicotine-free and caffeine-free. And you might be wondering, what's in them? What are you kind of getting into when you get into Ultra Pouches? You're getting into Infinity PX, L-theanine, Alpha GPC, and vitamin B6 and B12, which is for balance, energy, and mood. These are truly clean, plant-powered pouches designed to sharpen your mind and lift your energy, all without caffeine, nicotine, or some awful crash. On top of that, you may be wondering what they can do for your mood. Well, 90% of users saw significant improvements in their focus levels. Calm, steady flow state, enhanced memory, smooth energy, mood balance, and once again, all with zero nicotine and zero caffeine. Now, a lot of people want to say, well, what's your favorite flavor? What are you really into? Well, they have 5 insanely good flavors from cool mint to wintergreen to tropical watermelon, and they have the new blue raz flavor, which, let's be real, whether it's lollipops or a ring pop or anything you come up with, blue always stands out. And for me, that was my favorite growing up. Ultra is the ultimate guilt-free pouch, delivering instant focus and mental clarity without nicotine or caffeine. New customers can use code SECTION10 to get 15% off at takeultra.com. That's takeultra.com for 15% off with code SECTION10. After you purchase, they will ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them our show sent you.
I'm excited about Tuesday.
I'm excited about anything. And by the way, we're going to do a lot of great stuff this summer. I'm excited about that. That's what I'm excited about. These dudes right here. I'm excited about Mikey. I'm excited about Bags. I'm excited about Jose. I'm excited about the team. I'm excited about Anna, Leah. I'm excited about our squad doing stuff that's going to make us not want to hate ourselves every 3 seconds of the day. Because the more things that come up about this organization, it just makes you want to ba-doop, doop, doop.
Yeah. So for anyone that isn't aware of what we're talking about, so the idea is on Tuesdays, so like kind of on the same note as the bonus stuff for Patreon, only this will not be paywalled. It'll just be bonus content because we're trying to drive more people to the YouTube. We're trying to create more content, especially in a seat. If the Red Sox are going to suck, I'm tired of having the fate of our viewership and listenership rest in the hands of a team that isn't trying hard. Not saying
and
the
just
players,
well-being, mental state, all that.
All of it. Like, I am going to choose happiness with or without the Red Sox cooperation. So the plan is on Tuesdays that we will just kind of like book a field trip, like a little Section 10 field trip. We're going to go somewhere. We're going to do a thing. We're going to video it, hopefully create a vlog out of it, and then also create some other, like people are, you know, the TikTok content with like, you know, the trivia and the games and stuff like that, and create social content that just, like, I think we have a very funny group, and we have a funny, entertaining, and good chemistry group that, why do we have to live in misery because the Red Sox suck? Like, there's only so many years that we're going to do this. So I don't want to be like, oh, it's another year that we can't do anything because the Red Sox are bad. Fuck that. I am done. I am done being at the mercy of this team to whether or not we can create good, funny, happy content. So that's what we're going to do. We're still going to obviously have everything else that we've ever had before. We're still going to have 2 Section 10s, 3 Baseball is Deads, Just the Nuts on Tuesday. You're still going to get your flagship 6 shows, but we are going to carve out 1 day a week. I believe, well, I'm actually not going to tell you where we're going. That'll be a surprise. Yeah, You'll find out when the video comes out. So we're going to go somewhere to do a thing and video it and put out the vlog, and then also have like a bunch of social content that comes out from that just the fellas being the fellas. I'm excited about it. They're not going to ruin my summer.
Nope, not happening.
Not going to ruin my summer. You know what I'm saying? The fuck?
Can't have it.
T, you excited?
I'm very excited. I think I'm going to see one of my biggest enemies, and I'm ready to take them on head first.
Jaron?
Could be there. You never know.
The fire department?
No.
The highway?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Okay.
Yeah. Panera?
Police.
All right. Guys, you're like 6 deep. That was pretty quick.
Just asking. I don't know.
None of those.
Okay.
Far less scary.
Do you have any ideas of where we could have field trips, T?
I think a land version of the thing we're talking about could be interesting, but it is somewhat similar. I think a fair would be a lot of fun, going on a bunch of
Not
rides.
only is it somewhat similar, I'd argue it's the same fucking thing.
Good take. I think a fair with everybody going on rides would be fun, like a Six Flags kind of idea.
A carnival would be great.
Yeah, I'm terrified of
much
heights.
Smaller.
I'd love the fellas in Cooperstown. That'd be great if we could pull it off.
That is the one.
My favorite
Steve's
place
right.
on the planet.
I've never been, so that's like a big one for me. I think the Yankee Stadium trip. It depends, I guess, how we feel about the team at that point in time, but that would be.
I'd
still
prefer going when they're this bad's, I think, way better.
Yeah.
Well, and exploring
Why?
the city. There's a lot to do.
Yeah, T in the Big
Because-
Apple. Let's do it.
Like
Yeah,
obviously, like the video's better if it's two teams fighting for a division title, Jerry. Like the energy's better, but it's like funnier when they stink.
wouldn't you agree that it would be better? Like T does NYC is probably more entertaining than T does Yankee Stadium when the Red Sox are the worst team in baseball.
Yeah, I figured both would happen.
Yeah,
Little
all
bother deal.
encompassing.
So yeah.
When do these assholes go back there?
End of August.
August?
Yeah, the 29th.
I can't think of a worse time.
I feel like if we did a cooking class, that could be fun too.
We could definitely do a cooking class.
I think
Yeah, really,
several
anything
people
but
here
Fenway.
really need that.
I'd also
great.
like a competitive version of like mini golf down at like
Yeah.
Pirates Cove or something like that. Like
What does that imply, T? I've only known competitive versions of mini golf. Have you played non-competitive versions of mini golf?
I play
there
with
for the ice
losers,
cream.
bums, people who don't understand the seriousness.
Who
of
like the ball
sport.
is still rolling and they'll still like tap it? Like, oh god, don't get
Yeah.
me started, T.
My mom.
And they just like call it a 3. Shout out to POTY, by the way. I'll never forget this. I think
What
he
he
was
did.
kind of on a date. It was me, him, younger
Sweeney?
brother Brian, and this was way back when. This must have been, 20 years ago. Maybe not. Yeah, around there. And it's the 4 of us. So me and my 2
Scarjo.
brothers and a girl. And
Mhm.
sure, and she was so bad at mini golf, like just atrocious, like the worst that you've maybe ever seen. And we take it very seriously, very competitive. And so she was like, I think that was a 5. And Dan's like, no, that was definitely a 6. And she goes, no, I'm pretty sure it was a 5. He was like, I was counting, that was a 6. That was not a 5. She goes, you know what? I quit. And she went and waited in the car.
Oh
And
my
then
God.
and then we finished the rest of the round. And got in there and he's like, are you all right? She's like, no. No, I'm not pumped. But I am
That's
proud
awesome.
of Daniel for this because it's
Yeah,
like, nah,
stand
that
your
was a
ground, yeah.
6. Like, cut the shit. You're playing with some very good players here. That was not a 5. It is tough because she was like 10 strokes back at that point, so it wasn't gonna make
Yeah.
a difference. But
If you'll cheat in mini golf, you'll cheat on your partner as well. So Dan was right for telling her.
Yeah,
to-
she's
to
long
get the
gone at
fuck
this
off the
point,
green.
so,
yeah,
yeah, get her
See
outta
you
here.
later.
Yeah,
toots.
fuck her.
Yeah, yeah.
whoa, but yeah, on that though, I'm glad you mentioned it because the fine folks at Pirates Cove last summer gave me like 70 free games at
Oh my
Pirates
God.
Cove. And I have
Why?
them. I then at Amazon, I got this little treasure chest, so I have them in this little like treasure
Why?
chest.
Why did you get that?
Because he's a diehard listener of the 10. This isn't just for me. This is for like us.
Oh.
I'm sure I mentioned on the show.
I was
did.
wearing their
merch?
shirt the other day.
Yeah, he gave us the shirts too. I gave you guys the
Yeah.
shirts at your old place. Yep.
I fucking was wearing it like 2 days ago on BID.
Yeah, I'm hearing that you were wearing it like 2 days ago on BID.
I don't know if a
I
shirt
wore it
ever
2
made
days
its way
ago.
to me.
I have so many Pirates Cove
No.
shirts for the fellas.
Yeah,
I am
I
going to
do
be
have
up in
one.
the area in a week
Oh
and a
yeah,
half for my
fuck,
driving
T,
class.
I gotta remind me tomorrow to get that shit in Saugus.
I was actually going
Because
to say
I'm Friday. Definitely
Yes.
remind me because I will not remember.
I know. It was on my mind already. I'm very nervous about it. Like, I know you'll do it. I just know I'm a forgetful person.
Okay.
Yeah, I might have to set a reminder because I am not going to be thinking of that Friday morning. Friday morning, I'm going to be thinking like I got to go get my hair cut and then make it
Boobs.
back to
Yeah,
I'm
boobs,
thinking
butts.
fucking honks, dude. Yeah,
But yeah, Pirates Cove. We got to go there.
Pirates Cove,
Make a
shout 'em out.
whole thing out of it and make
Golf
it competitive.
courses.
T, per usual.
Yeah.
Can I
Yeah.
say there's one other thing I really want to do with you guys? I did it with my
No.
mom and sister. I want to go whitewater rafting with you guys.
no, see, like that, it's in your contract. You can't do that.
Why? That
'Cause
would
we
be
can't
fun.
lose you. We
No,
can't lose
that's
you. You're
like-
too valuable.
A little danger. It's a little kind
No,
of
it's
crazy.
a lot of danger. It's
I
a lot
like
of
that.
danger.
Yeah, I don't really want to do it.
Like,
feel
imagine
like-
if I fell out. Like, I fell out
You
when we
will.
did it the first time. And, like, you swim up and they pull you up and you do the
Nah,
whole thing.
nah.
You
I feel
were
like the
that's
multiple
real.
the McMahon
size then.
is the McMahon a water guy?
In what regard? There's a lot
Like
of water.
water sport guy.
Whoa.
Like I'm a big time kayaker.
Mm.
What else am I
Same.
doing in there? Pool basketball, probably like one of the 5 best in the world at that. That's
Also,
about it.
if you're listening right now and you own a business that you think would be a good idea or a subject for us to go and do the thing that you have a business for, one of the things that we were talking about, just as an example, not saying that any of you own an escape room, but we wanted to do like, you know, Team Jared versus Team Steve. We have a draft. So say it's like Steve, Mikey, and Coley versus me, Zuko, and T, and then see who can get out of the escape room faster. Like that's what I want to be. That's the type of shit I want to be doing. So yeah, if you own a business or you know someone that owns a business, we would love to, as long as we have permission to film, we would love to go there and do the thing. Mini golf, whatever.
That'd be great.
Whitewater rafting. Someone please reach out.
Mini golf and anything like that. Like that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Steve, would you say that Dan is a better mini golfer than you, or are you gonna just kind of fudge the numbers here?
Here's a fun fact. Brian might be the best of the 3 of us. We used to
I'm
call
a
him
We're
Brian
Brian.
never,
guy.
we're
I've always
never
said that.
asking about Brian.
I am the Brian guy on the show.
We nicknamed him the Hole in Wonder because he would get the most hole in ones out of all of us. Yep.
I feel like that's what they call you in Manhattan.
No comment there. But yeah, no, I'm probably, and if Dan's
sauce.
listening, he might negate this, but no, I think I'm better at mini golf than Dan, but I think it's very close.
Call
It's
him
very
up,
close to one of
Jerry.
the most.
You know, chicks.
Call up Dan, Jerry.
I've probably won more mini golfs than Dan has.
I'm gonna call him right now.
Do you ever play at the other one, Steve? The animal one?
Yeah, not as much. I mean, when we're in the Cape, it's really Pirates Cove.
Yeah, what
And
an
then weather
insulting
deck's not as
question.
bad as it used to be. We used to go to the weather deck a lot growing up.
Yeah.
Jared knows
Mr.
that.
Carabas.
Dan Perrault, the Perrault of the year, back-to-back, 2-time undefeated Perrault of the year. So here's the thing, Dan. We're having a conversation right now about doing kind of like Section 10 field trips where we go
IRL.
and do a thing in real life and we film it for a vlog. And the subject of mini golf came up. And I asked Steve point blank, I was like, be honest, who's the better mini golfer, you or Dan? And he said Brian. And I said, that's not what I fucking asked. So how would you, I guess, power rank the Perraults in a mini golf standpoint?
All right. Are you asking for all time or right now? If we went to Pirates Cove right now, how would we rank?
It's a fair
All
question.
right. So follow-up question to your question. Why would it have changed over time? Did someone...
Well, Brian's
like,
the
lose-
youngest.
Brian's the youngest, but
Like when we were playing when he
mean-
was like 5, like he wasn't crushing it.
yeah.
Him problem.
Yeah, true.
There are times where Alan needs a slight tweak to his vision. Like he goes to a doctor to get his vision tweaked a little bit.
Yeah.
If he hasn't done that in a while, he's
He
number
gets
5.
upset.
But if he's
Okay.
done that recently, he might be 2.
Wow.
So he had a bad. Let me just say that Alan had a bad outing on my birthday this year.
Okay.
He was not
And he
happy.
He got pretty upset at Smuggler's Cove. You know, amidst 8-year-olds, he's like, "God damn it!" It was.
Well, his vision's a little
it
off, and
wasn't
it's also
that
it was dark there. It was dark there, so he couldn't really
Yeah,
like.
it was dark. It was dark.
Yeah.
That's very
Anyway,
All right, I'm gonna stop messing around. Let me answer this question more directly. So, it is so close. Let me just say this: it is so close. I'm actually gonna go Steve, Brian, Joan, Alan, me. I'm gonna be humble and put myself last.
what?
Dan.
I
You're
can
not
see-
Dan.
What a
Dan.
The kind of
guy.
guy he is. He's just the
Damn.
kind of guy
Like,
he is.
That's why he's the
Oh, he's
Perrault
gonna
of the
do
year,
this
though,
whole
is
thing.
because he's like he's humble on top of everything else. Like
Yeah,
you
there's
would have
no way
thought
you're
that
last. There's no way you're last.
the answer
no
to the question
disrespect
is
to our
Dan
mother.
is number 1, but Dan put himself last to put some shine on the Perraults. Like that's why he's the GOAT. That's why
he is right. I do think I'm the best overall, probably. I'm not even
Yeah.
gonna
I
like.
think
I'm not gonna
that
say it like Jared
if
would
you-
say it. Like it's definitely me, but
Steve is consistent. Joan is she's like sneaky good because she plays. Steven and Joan, you guys still play
golf. We do
sometimes,
real
right?
golf.
Like real golf.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Very true.
Now, if we're
Doesn't really
talking Wii golf,
translate.
if we're talking Wii golf, no
Mhm.
question. You name any Wii sport, I'm number one in every single power ranking.
Okay.
But if we're talking physical golf, yeah, I don't know how high I rank.
I have a question for POTY real quick.
Yes, please, Steven.
Out of the four of us, Daniel, who do you think would be the best at mini golf out of the four hosts here on the program?
Oh, all right. Man, there's so many ways to answer this question.
Four, in fact.
I'm gonna go Jared and Steve in a dead tie,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna go Coley and T in a dead tie. For
Okay.
1 and 2.
I like that answer.
Coley's going to be very offended.
I was about to say Coley's going to kill me.
I'd go as far to say
Uh-oh.
nobody we're talking to right now, any one of you have met could beat me at Pirates Cove. None of you.
Wow.
Out of your mind.
I
None
believe
of
that
you.
Coley's got some skill in this field. Big time.
I've played there more times than all of you combined. My grandfather worked there. He
That'll
lived
do it.
down the
Shit.
street.
My grandfather built it.
Okay.
My grandfather, I think, went
He
there.
built a
once.
shit course that I've shit all over my whole life.
I never met my grandfathers.
Oh, there you
Unsurprising.
go.
Yeah.
In Coley's defense, that course has not changed one bit. Like, if you
No.
know the course, you know the course. You can play it very well.
I've never
We still
played
call
there.
it the old and new course. And the new
Mhm.
course was built in like 95.
The new course was pre-T.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
It was a big deal when they built the new course. I was there pre-arcade and then post-arcade getting torn down. That arcade ruled. The big shark coming through the wall. Big
Mhm.
time arcade.
I got to be honest with you, Dan. I'm a little bit of a head case when it comes to mini golf. Like, I'm either going to be the best or I am going to, say we're playing with four guys. The difference between third place and fourth place is about 50 strokes. Like,
You quit like hole 3 when
Yeah.
we did it in Florida.
Yeah, we played in Florida.
Gator
I was
Mike's,
by far
yep.
the worst at Gator Mike's, and I took myself out of it. You know, like if I'm
Yeah.
just having an off day, I'm like, you know what, fuck it. You
Tough
know,
course.
Very
Fast greens.
I would like to have a chance to redeem myself because you catch me on that really good day, and it's like you can't touch me. But
Mhm.
if it's not one of those days, it's like the Red Sox. If you're not first, you're last. Steven?
I will say, final question for me here, Daniel.
Yeah.
Just your thoughts
Yeah,
on
yeah.
this team. I mean, we kind of just did a couple hours about how much they suck and the dysfunction throughout the organization. How are you viewing the 2026 Red Sox?
I think that ownership and Breslow not only suck, that's not a hot take, but I think they're boring, unlikable people mostly. And because there's been crappy Boston teams, but even when the Pats suck, I don't hate them. Like, I can't think of too many teams where the front office has been as robotic and unlikable. I don't have a desire to root for Craig Breslow at this moment, and mostly the same for Henry. And I don't know. It's fun to watch pretty solid starting pitching, and I guess by technicality, the best bullpen in baseball. But years where there's just no offense, there's not a lot of fun to be had.
It's one of the worst offenses of all time, Dan.
It's
one of the
bad.
worst in the sport.
I remember in my earliest days of rooting for the Sox, the 2000 team, that was in the middle of the steroid era and Pedro's prime, Nomar's prime. But outside of Nomar, like, we had no bats. It was Carl Everett maybe we had. But,
Yeah.
I remember just the boredom. If Pedro wasn't pitching and the boredom that came with, God, let's just get one or two. At a time that everyone was getting like 8. Having a terrible offense in the steroid era was also bad. That's the one year that it reminds me of a little bit.
Carl Everett had a 136 OPS plus that year.
Wow.
Was he only a one-season guy?
No, because
He had a
he
couple.
he
Came
broke
back.
up the perfect game right before 9/11.
Yeah, the Musino
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I remember that too.
Yeah.
That was a real
Clapping all the way to first.
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
Flipped his helmet. He's like, I did my job. I'm getting out of here.
Yeah. He
Appreciate
hit
it.
You guys-
34 home runs that year.
What's up?
I got a question for all you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Can you name a bad Sox team that was a little likable?
I like the 2014 team.
Yeah.
It was like first year of Bogarts. You got Mookie in September, Vasquez,
Jackie.
like Bogarts. They like kind of allowed him to play shortstop at that point. Brock was still on the team. You at least started the year with the rotation that won the World Series, even though they traded the entire rotation by the deadline. But then it was cool because here's Yoenis Cespedes. That's cool. You know, like, yeah. I mean, like that team was a last place team, but I had fun.
They made it fun. Like they also like picked a direction in the middle of the season. They weren't just like, yeah, we'll see how it plays out. Like there was just more trust overall.
Yeah, you could see the vision. I don't see the vision right now, Dan. I don't see the vision.
I like the 23.
I think the
Red Sox.
vision was that Anthony was going to carry the team, and they put too much stock in that. That's the other thing that can be fun about this year is rooting for the young guys, but we don't have that. Really.
Yeah, they're either hurt or they suck.
Or or everyone's lying about when they're going to come back. Basically, there's just nothing good that's coming from this at all, unfortunately, outside of like Wilson.
I really like Tolley. I think that guy is so
Tolley.
fun to watch.
Totally.
Yeah.
Well,
Those
that's
two
the
dudes,
pitching.
it's really
like the
that.
pitching, it's fun everywhere you look with the pitching. And then they're not even allowed to have a bad game because the offense can't pick them up.
Yeah.
That impacts how they perform.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think that was a big reason why Bayo sucked this year. He was like, if I'm not perfect, we're not going to do anything. Steve?
Yeah, we're trying to. This is my double last question, Daniel. We are trying to lock in this Pirates. We bring up Pirates Cove because we're talking about all the events we're going to do with the 10 that have nothing to do with this stupid ass Red Sox team.
PC.
And so that's why P Cove came up because we're trying to lock in when we can do that. You're home before the 4th, right?
I'm home the week up to the 4th. So like up to and including the 4th.
Okay, because if you were a part of it, that'd be great if we could ever make it work.
I would love to do it. And I don't, you probably already mentioned this, but Steve's got a pirate chest of coins for free games at Pirates.
This is the stuff we talk about. Other siblings talk about like real life stuff. I'm like, Dan, I just got a Pirates chest for these free tokens.
I feel like he appreciates it though. He respects it. That's
He does. He does.
I appreciate it.
Got to respect the game.
Fun. It is fun.
But yeah, we got a lot of free games up to like 70 or so.
I think it's more than that. It's basically, I think it's $800 in Pirates Cove gift coins.
Mm-hmm.
That's
It's like the most generous gift of all time. And that was with like 20 free shirts, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have one last thing that I have to address with Dan. I'm sure you've probably seen it, heard it on the news. I just had to have the conversation with you, Dan. I'm sure you saw by now that I lost at the Emmys, and the first thought I had was, Dan's never going to talk to me again after this. Like that, like I wasn't upset about the loss. I was upset at how you would view it and if you would think less of me and if this was kind of the end of you and I. So, just obviously had to address the elephant in the room.
I appreciate, if you hadn't said that, maybe yes. I mean, the thought had crossed my mind, but for you to be able to be vulnerable and say that, I can look past it.
Yep.
And I know you got Emmy in your future.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm invested. It's not just in the friendship now, it's all the years to come and all the Emmys you're going to pull in. Because I know you're going to rake some of those in.
Yeah. And the thing is, not if, but when I win that first Emmy, the only person I'm thanking when I go up there is Dan Perrault. Like I don't give a shit. I don't know anyone in that room. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to go up there and be like,
Jenna's going to love that.
Dan Perrault, like if it wasn't for Dan, I'm not here today, which means that you're not here today. You guys came to see me. I'm here because Dan. Thank you, Dan. And then that's it. They're gonna have to play me off the stage. I'm not. I think you get 20 seconds. They time you. You get 20 seconds. That's gonna be my speech, and we'll see how far I can take it before. I was there for an hour and a half. No one got played off, so I want to get played off talking about Dan.
I love it. 100%. And when they try to play you off, that always means you got another 15 before they cut the mic.
Yeah.
Those are the rules. Yeah.
That's a pro.
Yeah, you got another. Yeah, that's the warning sign.
That's
You
a
get
guy that
another
knows
15
awards
after
right
that.
there.
Yeah, yeah, what it is. All right, Dan. You let us know when you're back on the East Coast, and we would love to get you involved in some of our Tuesday field trip content.
I'm all in. Let's do it. We'll talk to you guys soon.
That's two-time
later, Dan.
back-to-back Perrault of the Year, Dan Perrault. Thank you, Dan.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
There he is. It's Dan Perrault, man.
Hey, it's Tyler Milliken. I've been thinking about this since I started Awaken 180 because I know there are people listening who are probably in the same spot I was. I was crunching a lot of late nights because of the Red Sox. I was getting into a lot of bad eating habits that just kind of threw me off or kind of made it hard for me to find my routine and get on more of a healthy eating habit kind of plan that I had been starving for. Well, with Awaken 180, they allow you to kind of step up. And if you want to do something, and maybe you've thought about it, maybe you've even tried it before, but doing it yourself is hard, especially when life gets busy, as I was saying, with the Red Sox and baseball season or whatever you're going through in life. That's what I was going through. That may be what you're thinking. Well, hey, you can do it with me. I met with Skylar. We started the next day at Awaken 180, and she went through all these different things with me, from basically different strategies if I'm at a restaurant and I need to find a way to get into healthier eating habits, to kind of stretch out the different meals and snacks I would have on a daily basis, even down to the point of erasing the things in my diet that I thought I could never give up. She found things that could replace them and be solutions that help with a lot of maybe the cravings or issues you may go through when you are trying to make a lot of these diet changes overall. Well, right now, I'm using the Awaken 180 app, staying within my restrictions, mixing in longer walks, and I'm already down 8 pounds in 1 week. The weight is just falling off of me right now. And listen, I don't want to act tough. I don't want to act cool or anything like that, but I'm seeing it in the camera. I'm hoping you can see it in the camera as well. But in general, it also feels like something we can track together. Maybe you can join me on this journey and you can start Awaken 180, share your progress, tag me, tag Section 10, and I'll be following along, commenting and checking in too. When you're going through these kind of things, Jared, Coley, Steve, they're not going through it. I can't talk to them about it, but maybe me and you can talk about it together in a way where it makes it easier for both of us to just get on this journey and get to a healthier place, because that is the most important thing at Awaken 180. Awaken 180 is a medication-free weight loss program, the official weight loss program of the Boston Red Sox, and provide all clients free support for life. If you've been waiting for a reason to start, let's make this it. Awaken180weightloss.com.
I'm glad I got that off my chest. I was really, I was.
You've been sitting with
one.
that for like a week at this point, basically.
It's all I've thought about.
Probably couldn't sleep, right?
No. My whoop in the morning, it's like thinking of Dan again, huh? And it can detect the stress and the lack of sleep.
The blood flow.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God, dude. Yeah. So I guess that's that, huh?
Seems like it.
Well.
I got Sogard.
Give me Sogi.
Yeah, I'm going to take Spear for that article he wrote.
What article?
Just roasting the Red Sox in general. And basically saying they're dead. You got Alex Spear saying that. That takes some impressive work.
Give me Sogi.
Durbin hit 2 home runs, and he was just like, end it, blow it up.
That might be the most damning thing, though. Caleb Durbin hit 2 home runs, and you still lost.
That's always been the point with him, though. You know what I mean? Like, he also had the crazy double play that was a near triple play in this series, and it's just like, if you're getting 100th percentile Caleb Durbin, it just really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Max effort Caleb L.
It's not what you want.
We're hitting over 204 or over 200.
The classic 204 line.
Yeah. Yep. You're out of the Mendoza line, right?
He's over 204, so we're good.
Imagine Tracy saying that. Yeah, he got over 204.
We're north of 04. Everyone can shut the fuck up.
You guys wanted it. He did it. He's over 204.
He's where he needs to be. He's over 204. Shut up.
I see people are booing him. They're not looking up at the scoreboard seeing 204. I'm seeing it. So shut the fuck up, all right?
Mm-hmm.
What are we going to do on Friday at the game?
Boo.
Kiss.
Yeah.
Yeah, boo and kiss. That would be great.
Yeah. Boo, mwah, moo.
Wait, boo, moo, and kiss? Like, why not, man? Let's moo at him.
Yeah. That's what we're going to be doing.
Are they saying moo?
No.
Are they all making
I
out?
think they're booing and kissing up there.
Listen, you want to talk about a real home field advantage? If all 36,000 were making out, like not making any noise other than like the other team would freak the fuck out.
You have to look at that. There's no way you can like lock in the box if 36K are making out. No chance.
Yeah.
I've
Nathan
always said, like,
Evaldi's just like looking in and everyone's just fucking kissing.
Everyone thinks like a lot of noise is rattling. Dead silence from that many people was so unsettling.
It wouldn't even be silence though. It'd be like a lot of like lip smacking. Yeah.
Yep.
But I'm saying if all 36, if they were tired of kissing by like top 5, let's call it. If everyone just sat and stared.
Nathan Evaldi's like looking in for the pitch and everyone's kissing, and then the Aura Club, Steve's just like nose deep in some ass. He's like,
way out.
Fuck,
There's one guy looking at cheeks. Everyone else is making out.
Yeah, took it way too far, man.
Yeah, jeez. Gonna have to
Red
ask
Sox
you to leave.
Red
sir.
Sox issue a statement.
Yeah, they're like,
Yeah.
we don't know that guy.
You know, everyone's talking about it. This guy's crazy.
Yeah. Okay. We're never going to hear that again.
No, Durbin would have won it, I guess.
I guess, right?
Guerrero was getting my vote.
Default.
Yeah. That's too bad, man.
Not Bennett, that's for sure.
Red Sox lose 7-5.
His line was a bit deceiving.
Like deceiving good or deceiving bad?
I thought he was better than what his line was.
I
Tough
agree with
BABIP
you.
luck in that last inning. Tracy said it after the game, too.
Are you going to talk about Slaten being the worst reliever in the bullpen now?
Yeah, that sucked, man. That was really depressing.
Which time? Which time are you talking about?
The last 2 times.
Yeah.
So what's that? 3 out of 15 appearances we've now given up runs. The only thing I'm scared of, because I think Justin Slaten is a very good reliever. I think he's a high leverage reliever. To see it happen against a lefty, especially Cedric Mullins, who had a sub 600 OPS against righties this year, is even more depressing. It wasn't a cutter this time; it was a 4-seamer. But usually when Slaten goes through these things, it ends with an IL stint, and that's what I'm more worried about than anything. When he starts getting hit around, that's usually when something pops up, and I'm hoping that's not the case here.
I also feel like when he comes back from an IL stint, it's usually like I feel like he
Bumpy.
has no problem starting the year good. And this is all anecdotal. I've got no stats, Jerry. But when he starts the year, he's fine. He always ends up on the IL. When he comes back, it's not the same guy that left.
Well, that was the weird thing, because this time he came back and he was himself. You know what I mean? Like he had a good run there straight off the IL.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, all right. Like he avoided that. But I felt that way too in previous years as well. But like the velocity, the 4-seamer was down half a tick, but the cutter was up over a mile per hour. So I'm going to call that a dead even thing, but no whiffs. That's very problematic. And he's had the strikeouts earlier in the year. It's just he's now got burnt against lefties twice. And he said after the Bellinger homer, like, I'm not worried. I've been taking care of them all year. Right now, you're not taking care of them. And if this starts to snowball, it's just another thing where there's already so many leaks in the boat. And if you now can't have Justin Slaten doing what he needs to do, man, you're going underwater even faster than you already are. You already are underwater. So like maybe it's the difference between being on the seafloor and floating down.
I think it's the difference between hitting an iceberg and sinking slowly and the boat exploding.
I do think
and then all the passengers getting eaten by sharks in the water, because I think that's where we're at right now.
Teams would be lining up for Justin Slaten.
I agree.
Lining up.
I like Justin Slaten a lot. I only bust his balls because you love him so much, but I am a big fan of Justin Slaten. Yeah, I'm kind of in the same line of thinking as you. Is that it might be I'm not 100% kind of thing, because he's obviously, when he's right, he's nasty.
Yeah.
And he's been getting fucking tattooed. Anyways, where did Steve go?
Counting his coins.
Cheeks.
Yeah, probably clapping.
Yeah, he's like, Jerry's right. I do have an asshole to lick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tactical nuke incoming!
Stop and Shop supermarkets have a major announcement. We repeat, don't shop for your groceries anywhere else.
Yeah, Stop and Shop. Yeah, Stop and Shop.
And what's great about these tangerines, look how easy they peel. Just like that. And loaded, loaded with nutritional value.
Yeah, Stop and Shop.
Double kill.
What's better than having to Stop and Shop, getting it done for all of you?
The Stop and Shop look ahead, brought to you by Stop and Shop. Head on down to Stop and Shop right now. You get 10 cents off your tangerines when you buy at least 5 pounds of tangerines only at Stop and Shop. The fellas will be there on Friday. And I don't like when I'm like, every time that we go there on Friday, I'm always like, Fenway tonight? And people are like, you're part of the problem. If you're going, you're spending money. Like, I want to fucking go to Fenway, dude. I like baseball. Like, the Red Sox suck, but me going there on Friday isn't making them suck. I just like to go. Is that all right? Cole, do you care if I go to Fenway on Friday?
Don't care, Jerry.
What the fuck, man? You would take.
I care. I want you there.
Thank you.
And I don't think I can get in without you.
Also, like, I don't. Yeah, that's true. I don't like going to bars. Like, I don't like. Where else am I gonna go, Steven?
I care. I want you there.
Thank you, Steve.
Mm-hmm.
Like, where else am I gonna go? You like, if I don't go to Fenway, where am I gonna go, Steve?
Probably some wrestling event or something.
But
Kowloon.
yeah, but if they have to be here,
Yeah, actually, Kowloon is the answer. Let's be honest.
Kowloon is the answer. Yeah. You're right. Because I was gonna say, Steve, like, if you were like, hey, let's do something on Friday, and say someone was like, I'll give you $1 million if you ask Jared to come out somewhere, but he has to say yes to get the $1 million. If you said, hey, you want to go to Kowloon Friday? I'd be like, you know what? I don't know what I got planned, but I'm canceling it. Yeah, I'd love to do that.
That's a guaranteed yes every time, yeah.
Every time. I don't think I've ever said no to Kowloon. Ever.
No.
Ever. Mikey, you love Kowloon? Love it. No, they can't hear. I wanted to hear. I don't care if they can hear you.
He did say love it.
Yeah, there's a new Kowloon in Revere. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know. I mean, like, shout him out. I hope it does well. But, like, there's nothing like the Saugus one.
Whoa.
There's nothing like the Saugus one. What is that a crazy statement to make?
Owned
I
by
don't
the
like the way
same
you
people.
started it. The way you
Yes.
started it was tough.
What did I say?
You're like, shout him out, hope it falls into the ocean, but
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I said I hope it does well, but there's nothing like the Saugus one. I'll never not go
Wishing
to the
for
Saugus
immediate
one.
failure, but yeah, hope they do good.
Oh, come on. That's not what I said. I
you
didn't say
anti-tiki?
No.
Likes the
No.
OG.
I'd love to do another event there.
In Revere?
Yeah, we should this summer.
Yeah, we should.
I want to go. I want to sample.
You've never been there, T.
No, I'm very
T
jealous.
does Kowloon could be a video.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you they would give us like a tour. I bet you they'd like take us in the fucking kitchen.
I'd love to cook something. I'd love to serve
no.
people.
He cook.
I think we could probably do that. T. T's
I've never
first
been a
time at
waiter.
Kowloon. It's like take my son to work day.
I want a picture.
Yeah,
Sounds like it's gonna be a whole video.
yeah. You're gonna
No,
have
but
the
they take,
day
like-
documented forever.
They put pictures on the wall with people, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah, I want to
like,
be right next to you.
Yeah, I don't think that
That's earned, not given.
Yeah, you got to earn that. You got to put in the blood, sweat, tears kind of situation. Maybe though, if we sell out Kowloon for an event, maybe they'll put you up there.
I'll talk with Andy.
You're not on a first name basis with Andy. That's Mr. Wong to you.
Me and Big A go back.
Big gay. So you said
Big gay.
In
tight, bro.
June of all months?
I said Big
Is that what you
A.
said?
I said Big A.
I don't think you. Can we rewind that? Jose, what did he say?
He said big gay. We can't confirm.
This is insane. This is absolutely
He
insane.
did.
I won't
Big
stand
gay
for this.
Yeah.
It's not what I said.
That's what we all heard.
It's the
Yeah.
letter A. Big
Yeah,
A,
well-
because his name is Andy.
Did it again.
Correct.
Big
Yeah.
gay Wong.
Yeah, Mr. Wong to you, T.
Too close to Connor.
Sonny Gray is pitching on Friday against Jack Leiter. Same draft as Marcel Meyer. Almost ruined Coley's wedding.
I'm happy both of my picks would have been disappointing to me.
Yep, number 2. Number 2 to the Texas Rangers. Oh, this is cool. Ranger Suarez versus Jacob deGrom on Saturday. That'll be cool. I kind of wish
Ranger
we got to
versus
see
the Rangers.
fucking deGrom. I'm excited to see Leiter. I am, but like
Sounds
if if he's pitching, then I can't
What the
like
fuck?
talk to him. I would rather like flip flop those so that I could watch deGrom pitch, and then if it's not Leiter's start day, then we could have made content with Leiter. Like deGrom doesn't do any content, like he never would. I don't.
No, he hates it.
Yeah,
I
would
think
rather
more
just,
than
like-
anybody, actually. He might hate it the most of anyone in the bigs. 100%
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, Ranger Suarez versus Jacob deGrom, and then Connolly Early versus Nathan Eovaldi. That's pretty cool that we get to see those three
Mm-hmm.
in this series. Sonny Gray is 7-1 with a 3.20 ERA, a 1.24 WHIP, and a 7 strikeouts per 9, despite allowing two home runs. Despite allowing 2 home runs in his last start, Gray won again as the Sox are 8-3 in his games and are averaging nearly a run higher per game scoring when he is on the mound. Jack Leiter is 3-5 with a 4.69 ERA. It is a 1.37 WHIP and a 9.6 strikeouts per 9. The numbers aren't great, but he has 4 starts of 8+ strikeouts and 2 starts of 10+ strikeouts. So that means he'll probably strike out 15 on Friday. We didn't even talk about that. The fact that the Red Sox set that record, they broke the record, the 1901 record. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's forever, by the way. I know when 1901 gets put in there, it's like that year. It's just basically never happened ever.
That was the year. Wasn't that the first World Series ever?
Yeah.
Yes.
Did Pirates win that one?
Isn't
We
it
beat the
Boston?
Pirates.
Boston
No, the first
Americans
Red
beat
Sox
the
one
Pirates?
was 03.
1903.
Yeah, I think the 01 was the Pirates.
It was. Or
thought it was
1903.
1903. Wasn't that the first one?
We
Yeah,
beat the
1903. The Boston Americans beat the Pirates.
So then maybe the Red Sox were established in 1901. What year are the Red Sox established?
1901. 1901.
Okay, so that's where I got 1901 from.
Hmm.
Whatever, dude. Who fucking
Who
cares?
cares, man? Whatever. Best of 9 series.
All
is
those
made
people
up.
are super dead.
Big dead.
Yeah. Everyone who has a ring is dead. Ranger Suarez is 2-3 with a 3.18 ERA, a 1.14 WHIP, and an 8.7 strikeouts per 9. The Red Sox have scored exactly 1 run in 6 of Suarez's starts this year. That's 50% of them. He has 7 starts in which he has allowed 1 earned run or fewer, and the team is 4-3 in those games. What the fuck? Jacob deGrom is 5-4 with a 3.18 ERA, an 0.99 WHIP, and a 10.7 strikeouts per 9. He had a really weird May in which he allowed 9 home runs in 28 innings, and that's good for a 5.72 ERA. But he has thrown 11 innings in June, scoreless, with 14 strikeouts. So he is back on track. Thank God. Connolly Early is 5-4 with a 3.30 ERA, a 1.23 WHIP, and an 8.7 strikeouts per 9. The Red Sox have still not won a game in which he has failed to complete 6 innings. They're 5-0 when he goes 6 or more. They're 0-8 when he goes 5 2/3 or less. The Red Sox have also scored 2 runs or fewer in support of Early 8 times in 13 starts. Nathan Eovaldi. He is 5-7 with a 4.26 ERA and a 1.18 WHIP and an 8.6 strikeouts per 9. He's been getting smoked in his last 4 starts. It's a 5.61 ERA and 5 home runs allowed.
When I look ahead, and you wind up dead if you don't listen to what Steve says. Even then, you might still wind up dead. Caught in a tornado, get smoked by your neighbor. shade when I look ahead. When I look ahead, Billy's gummy bears. Chew 'em with your mouth.
Weather look ahead, brought to you by Billy's Gummy Bears.
And chew them with your mouth.
You chew them with your mouth. The Red Sox head back to Fenway Park, where they absolutely suck, for a 3-game set with the Texas Rangers. Game 1, Friday night. The fellas will be in attendance, 7:10 p.m. Eastern, first pitch. It is Red Sox City Connect soccer scarf giveaway night for the first 7,500 fans in attendance. Hopefully the Sox widen that out a little bit in future years. 7,500 is so pathetic when you can fit like 37,000 in your park. Like,
That's
come on,
a scarf?
It's a scarf. Yeah, it's a really good time for it.
June?
Yeah. June 12th. Everyone says that's a great time for a scarf.
I've always wanted a scarf tie.
I want a tank top.
It's more because the World Cup is starting.
It's a soccer. It's a
because USA's first game is on Friday night.
I want a tank top.
No, you're getting a scarf.
Yeah, you're getting a soccer scarf and you're going to like it. And it's Green City Connect theme, so that's good. But Jared, it's going to be 76 degrees on Friday night. Yeah.
And we're going to be there?
And we'll be in attendance.
We're going to be there?
Let's go.
My God. That's
this
the
might
first
turn things
time
around.
all year. 76 degrees. The fellas, is this the turning point?
It kind of
Is
might
this
be.
where the Red Sox go on a run and get back in this thing?
June 28th.
76 at A&B on a Friday. The Friday fucking home greens.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. What are we going to do?
We're just going to be there.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. I'm pumped.
Get it? It's sunny gray and it's mostly sunny on Friday. 76
degrees. 76.
The best jerseys in baseball of all time.
Yes.
5% chance of rain, and it might rain later in the game.
You motherfucker. What are we doing here, man?
8 mile an hour winds blowing in from right. Game 2, Saturday, 4:10 p.m. Eastern, first pitch. 85 degrees, Jared. So it's not your favorite.
If it rains on Friday, I'm going to fucking punch you right in the ass.
Please do, man. I would love it. 85 degrees, sunny, 0.1% chance of rain on Saturday. So you are okay there with the raincoats. 10 mile an hour winds blowing in
Friday.
From left. Game 3, series finale Sunday. This blows. 7:20 p.m. Eastern, Sunday Night Baseball. They couldn't have flexed this out.
Huh?
Yeah.
It's we have Sunday Night Baseball this weekend?
Yes.
Oh, why?
I don't know why. I found out when I was doing the weather. I'm like, what are we doing?
Oh,
Who asked for
I don't want
this?
to do that. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, can we get it revoked? Do you know anybody in the schedule
We used to
department?
get flexed into them last year.
Yeah, well,
is it too early to flex? It's on NBC, and I love how NBC does all their broadcasts, and it's been great having them back with the NBA, but not now, dude. Come on.
No.
I hate to say, Jared, 2 of the next 3 Sundays are Sunday Night Baseball for the Red Sox.
Oh, why?
Because they just are. It's in the schedule.
What's the next one? The
Yankees.
Mets?
Sunday.
The Yankees?
Yeah, the next one is on a Sunday. I can't confirm
I want to
that.
say that they play the Mets on a Friday coming up in July, maybe. Or
if you're a
August.
night owl like myself, we got a lot of night coming up. A lot of night.
Apple TV might have picked up Red Sox Mets.
Mariners next weekend. We got some late nights coming up, folks.
I don't wanna. I don't
either. I'm with you.
That
80
scheduled,
degrees. What?
Sorry. That scheduled doubleheader with the Mariners got canceled, right, T?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. That's T.
Sorry.
Anyway. 80 degrees, mostly cloudy, 3% chance of rain, but that percentage could go up as the game goes on. Don't kill me. 15 mile an hour winds blowing out to left. I don't do the weather. I don't. So anyway, hottest series of the season so far at A&B with a slight chance of some rain, but hopefully it avoids those game times. That is your weather look ahead, is always brought to you by Billy's Gummy Bears. You chew them with your mouth. I know. What do we got for previews? What do we got for predictions?
Steve.
Prediction time. What do you got, Jared?
Steve,
keep that
let
rolling.
me just ask you a question straight up.
What do you got for this series? What do you got coming up? What do you think's going to happen?
Steve, question for you.
Yeah, what do you got?
Are you doing your best?
Yes.
All right,
always.
That's all that matters.
Yes.
That's all that matters, right? You know?
Especially this year, you know the answer to that.
I wouldn't.
I think I'm having a great year with the weather. I've
I
had
don't
a
think
couple
anyone
of
else agrees with that.
No, a lot of people do. Again, it's all driven by Jared. It's all driven by Jared hating on
Jerry?
the segment. Jared.
Jerry?
Oh, I love the segment. Why would you say that I hate on the segment?
Well, because you like do the sound effects over everything and don't let me get anything
I
out.
don't even fucking have a sound effect. See? Look at my hands are right here.
But I like that one though. I see if that played during the weather, I'd have no problem with it. That's like the best jingle of all time. No, it's all
Sure.
good. You got predictions for this series?
Jerry?
I've said I have probably complimented you this year more than
more
I
than maybe
have
all
in
the other years
10 years
combined.
leading
Yeah.
up to this year.
I would agree with that take.
Okay.
Which is maybe a bad thing, but I would agree with it.
Why
I would
is
agree
that
with it.
why is that a bad thing?
More in 3 months for 10 years combined of hard work.
Well,
you know?
you were bad.
It's a bottom line thing. It's really not about when it happens, as long as you hit the number.
Yeah,
I think I think you're having a career year.
Thank you.
Outside of the weather. Yeah.
I'll take what I can get. Sure. That's a good enough compliment.
Yeah. I think you're doing amazing this year.
Thank you. I think everybody is.
Yeah, I think you've been a standout.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
I think you've been a standout performer this year, Steve. Yeah.
There you go. Gave you the hearts.
But when it comes to the weather,
we were so good right there. We were in such a good spot right there. It was so cozy. Felt good.
Like all right, for example, right? Pedro Martinez in
Heard of him.
1999 won the pitching Triple Crown. He had a 2.07 ERA, which led the league. He had 23 wins, which led the league, and he had 313 strikeouts. He gave up 9 home runs that year, Steve. So you can still achieve greatness and give up 9 bombs.
It's true. T?
Well, it was during the steroid era, so that is kind of impressive as well.
Very.
I don't know what you mean by that.
Steve?
Did you have predictions for this series, Jared?
Yes. I have the Red Sox not winning a single game this weekend. I believe they will go 0-3 against the Rangers, and they will continue to be a feeble offense, especially at Fenway Park. I think Jacob deGrom goes 8 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 12 strikeouts. I think Jack Leiter probably strikes out 15, like I said earlier, and then Nathan Eovaldi gets back on track. He's been bad recently, but he completes the sweep on Sunday Night Baseball with a complete game shutout against the Red Sox with 9 strikeouts. Only 9. Doesn't get to double digits like his teammates do. Steven, do you have one?
Yeah, I think a lot of people are probably seeing Connolly early for the second time ever on Sunday Night Baseball with the national audience there. I am actually looking forward to the NBC broadcast. They haven't had one in ages. I just wish it wasn't for this team. This team sucks. Rangers are a very 500 team, which the Sox wish to be and probably will not sniff this year. Their starters, the Texas Rangers, have given up the 7th most homers in baseball. So hit some homers in the first 4 innings, would you? I bet you won't.
Let's go.
Sox winning 1 out of 3. And I don't even feel that great about it.
Which one do you think they're going to win?
Ranger.
Okay. They won't win that
Yeah.
game. Yeah, they don't score runs for him.
Right.
The McMahon?
This is a really dumb team. Like, on top of everything else, they're bozos. So I'm taking 2 out of 3.
The Sox win 2 out of 3 of the Rangers.
Yeah.
The Sox?
Sox.
Ooh. 2 out of 3. Okay. T?
Yeah, I'm going to have to go 1 out of 3 here. I refuse to pick them to win a single series at home. Even picking them to win a series in general is pretty hard. And I kind of view the Rangers.
Super easy.
Huh?
I just did it super easy.
You
Confirmed
did.
easy thing to do.
I do think the Rangers right now are just kind of like a better version of you. Like, their offense isn't at the very bottom of the league. It's like right in that 20 area in terms of OPS. I think 21st overall. Their rotation nails. They're like top 10 in rotation, or top 10 in team ERA, but rotation ERA, they're 7th in baseball. So I think they're just you, but a little bit better, and they just got Wyatt Langford along with that. Give me 1 win. That's what we're riding with.
Final thoughts, the McMahon?
Boy, oh boy, do we have, it's not the 10th, but boy, oh boy, do we have some merch dropping right now as you're listening to this. Usually when I say that, it's probably a few hours after you're listening to this, but today, and today being Fallon's birthday, happy 4th birthday to my middle child, who I love so much. She doesn't like me at all. But that does not change my opinion of her. She makes me laugh more than any of my other kids because she's a lunatic, and I love that about her.
We've always had a great relationship.
Fallon?
Yeah, outside of when she bullies me into buying our own merch. Outside of that, yeah.
Getting the numbers up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We've never had any issues. Steven?
Yeah. To echo Coley's point, section10merch.com for the best merch on the planet with some new stuff coming up that looks so good and is so summer, dude. Join the Section 10 Patreon if you haven't yet. And on that Patreon, and I believe this is on Sunday, we're launching the bidding on going to games with the fellas, with the 10 fellas. It is an auction for Dana-Farber via the Patreon. So sign up for the Section 10 Patreon to have a chance to bid, because only Patreon members can bid on going to Boston Red Sox games with the fellas, raising some dough for Dana-Farber. You love to see it. Very important, by the way. This is another thing that was important, and this is also important. We are looking for an intern that can cut clips for us, that has some editing experience, toss some B-roll, some pics. We need more clips. We want to get more clips out there, and we definitely want somebody that has experience. And if you do, or you know someone who does, section10intern@gmail.com is where to send that info. We would be greatly appreciative of that, trying to find the right person there. And I'm also going to take this time to give Bones an extra shout out. Oh, Coley.
I was going to say, don't send info, send clips. That's your resume.
Send clips. That's the resume. Exactly. Send what you can do. Because like for this specifically, it needs to be like examples instead of just like, yeah, I kind of used Adobe, bada boop, and I feel like I can do it. But yeah, big shout out to Bones, who's been just absolutely crushing it and the best in the game. And yeah, we're going to get the clip quantity up and could use a little help with that. Also, happy belated birthdays to Bones and Mikey, who celebrated birthdays within the last week. The fellas, as I mentioned earlier, I think we're all doing literally everything this year and crushing everything this year. Everyone on this program, everyone behind the scenes is putting every ounce they have into this. Those two fellas are no exception. They have done so much to get us to the point we're at right now, and greatly appreciate each of those fellas. And yeah, lastly, seeing the empty Sitco sign just sucks, man. Like, come on. It's summertime, and then we got an empty triangle up there, and I get that they're moving it to preserve, being able to view it in the future. I don't know, man. Everything sucks. But section10intern@gmail.com. Send clips.
T?
Yeah, just a couple prospect thoughts to wrap up. Sadbel Delzine, who is, I've talked about him a couple times now on the podcast, but just continues to dominate the FCL. 1.16 ERA in 23 and a third innings, 27 Ks, just 7 walks. And when we kind of talk about like hype building up behind a guy, he's now up to number 11 on Sox prospects ranking. So you're starting to see those jumps really start to happen in real time. Unfortunately, another guy that me and Coley, we've done a lot of talk about him on Down on the Farm. Henry Godbout is out. He has a broken hand. Got off to an incredible start this year, but it's his left hand, so it is going to be hopefully not a rest of the year kind of thing, but at least for the foreseeable future, we're not going to continue to see him move. And it sucks because he felt like a candidate that should move pretty quickly. And during a time where I'm looking to the minors for things to be excited about or feel something about, Franklin Primera, who is down in the FCL right now, moved up to number 13 in the Sox prospect rankings. Currently their highest rated catcher as well, who's part of that 2024 international class. Just having a ridiculous run down there. So far in 21 games, he's slashing .419, .565, .677. The walk rate is 19%. He's striking out just 10% of the time. We got 4 homers there. He even has 4 bags. He has a strong defensive profile behind the plate. So kind of just all you're looking for out of a young catcher. And yeah, he's a long ways away, but when you're looking for some of those names, and I do think the international draftees, there's a lot to like over the last couple classes outside of really 2014 or 2024, excuse me. But even then, lower in some of those classes, those guys are starting to move their way up through the minors, and I think they just deserve to be mentioned and spoken about a little bit.
When the fuck was Bags' birthday?
On Friday.
Friday?
I feel like an asshole. I didn't know that.
Agreed. I also didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I didn't see it anywhere. 2K, do you forgive me? No. He said always, but I don't. You know what? I'm gonna do something special for 2K. Mikey, was I the first person to wish you a happy birthday on your birthday?
Damn it.
He was hoping we were going to get through without this.
I was like, nobody's going to say it. All right. And yo, you know what's even worse? I texted Bags the day after. I fucked up his birthday too. I fucked up both of their birthdays.
So
bad.
how did you have 2K's birthday?
How did I know?
Well, I mean, you got it wrong, but like, how did you even know that it was coming up?
Steve mentioned, I knew Eamon's birthday was coming up. Steve mentioned both of their birthdays. So I went back in my phone and I saw 2K when I had wished him a happy birthday last year.
Oh, so you never text him. That's why.
No, I just searched it. I was on the phone with Jeremy today. I just had to search it to find the last time I said happy birthday, and that was what it was. But I did choke it. I will admit that, but I got it done.
So it was wrong again.
Yes.
So June 5th is your birthday, Bags? I'll never forget that now. That's the anniversary of the no-hitter. 6504, never forget. No-hitter against Revere, 13 strikeouts. People still talk about it to this day. Yep. So little did I know. That's 2K's
It was an
birthday.
early gift, you're saying.
Yeah, I'll never forget it now. 6504, 2K's birthday. And I texted Mikey at midnight. Fucking second it was his birthday. I fucking said happy birthday. First person, he says.
Damn. Where was I on the list, mate? Was I like second or third? Where was I?
Second.
Ugh.
Yeah. Yep. Tate?
Just looking at that 2024 international signing class and kind of the names, it's crazy that Justin Gonzalez had the 7th biggest bonus, and Andy Azakar, who hit another home run tonight, has like the 20th highest bonus. But
Dude,
you
I was
look at the
thinking
first
the
three
same
names
thing
at the
today.
top there, I don't think anyone would, if you're a sick person into the system, you'd probably remember them. But
Yeah.
garbage. The 2022 class should never be spoken about.
No, and I never do.
Yeah.
We should, I think it would be appropriate for us to mention that we all love Garrett Crochet. We're happy he's here.
Yes.
There's only one asshole who could find a way to simultaneously win and lose that deal, and that's Craig Breslow. That's that's hashtag my Pobo for you right there, because boy, oh boy, did Braden Montgomery come up and hit a walk-off home run in his first game. As
The
a
most
Major League
perfect
Baseball
Fenway
player.
swing you've ever seen in your entire life. You're like,
Incredible.
I saw
Again,
D-Row break it down. He's like, he's got the same swing as Michael Brantley. And I was like, I loved Michael Brantley.
Michael Brantley was awesome.
Underrated.
But yeah, again, we didn't lose the trade. Happy to have Garrett Crochet. Doesn't like, I think it makes it worse that he hasn't pitched in a long time. And the last time he did pitch, he was getting shelled by the Twins. I'm sure he started again after that. I just don't remember.
Orioles.
But yeah, shout out Craig. Nobody doing it like you, kid.
That's a fact, man. All right. Is that it? Did over 2.5 hours after the Red Sox get swept? That's crazy. Oh,
Genuinely, D'Angelo Ortiz hit his first home
Yes.
run as a member of the Boston Red Sox.
yeah, he
today.
did.
Here we go.
Tough camera work.
Well,
They went to the outfield fence shot before it even fucking made contact. I don't even know how that happens. Like, I couldn't see the swing. I couldn't see where the pitch was. But yeah, congratulations to D. I'm going to send him a text right now. Forgot about that. Well, I tweeted it. Hunter Knoll sent it to me. Shout out Hunter Knoll. Who was on down on the farm, yeah?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Last episode, he was a great time.
Looks like the final's going to be 2-2, Jerry.
A lot of game left.
Hockey or the basketball?
The basketball.
Oh, that's my
Both of
final
them,
thought.
actually.
That's my final thought.
Yeah, what do you got?
The second that I said, oh, like I had a fear of getting beat up in the streets in New York City,
we can
and
wrap.
you assholes spent the next 35 minutes telling me it was the safest city in the world.
We're still right.
Lo and behold, a bunch of videos come out of a bunch of Spurs fans getting their fucking brains beat in on the streets of New York.
Those videos are very bad. There's no getting around it, but this is like a once in a lifetime thing that's going on with the Knicks.
Okay, so like it's a
You were talking about a
thing.
random night. You're not talking about like when
No,
the
no,
president's
no.
in
You were
Game
talking
3
about
of the
just
NBA
walking around
Finals.
town.
Yeah, but like that,
yeah.
you don't understand. That
I do.
stuff happened to me there.
You got beat up?
So I've told these stories a million times. There was
Okay.
there was a time where I was walking the pizza place that I always went to near my apartment. I went to go get a pizza and I was crossing the street and some dude fucking tried to whack it out of my hands. And,
I like this guy.
And then there was one time that me and YP went to a bar and like we kind of had like a circle of people, and then there was like it was like a Venn diagram that wasn't connected, right? It was like two circles like this, and there was a circle next to us, and we were like kind of back to back, and I heard him say like, "Watch this," and then he tried to make it seem like he turned really quick, and he fucking elbowed me in the ribs, and I just turned around, and I was like, I know that was like I heard you say, like I heard you like tell your friends to like watch what you were about to do. He was like, "Oh, my bad." I was like, I knew that this was intentional. So like if any of those situations had escalated, yeah, like so like the Spurs fight, it's sports related, and if like me walking around in New York City in 2018, like yeah, like I'm not just like Joe Schmo. It's like, oh, it's the Red Sox guy, get him.
But
So I'm not wrong about
it
not
didn't
feeling safe.
happen.
It didn't happen because I have so much man meat that if you elbow me in the ribs, you're gonna hurt
Don't
yourself.
do nothing. Big time.
Yeah,
So
Yeah,
you
they-
lived out
they
the
lost that
exact
battle.
scenario where you were a Red Sox fan in 2018.
because I didn't
You
escalate.
didn't get jumped.
Because I have self-control. Because I,
So you're blaming the
like I
Spurs
always
fans.
do, take the high road, Coley.
Big time.
So the Spurs
Good stuff.
fans were asking for it.
I'm sure that there was alcohol involved.
Yeah, I might take back what I said. It might not be 2-2.
Pretty dangerous.
Did the kid live?
I hope it is though.
I don't even know what happened. I just saw fights.
A lot
Yeah.
of fights. It was bad. It was rough.
People are alive.
Yeah.
Safe city.
Okay. Oh, SmackDown is coming on Friday, Steve.
Yeah. Yes. Come on, dog. You're gonna close with something that obvious?
Where is SmackDown? Oh, it's in Providence.
It's in Providence.
Oh, okay. It's in Providence. So, yeah, we're going to be at Fenway.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I guess we're not going to go.
No, I would have gone though.
Oh, okay. All right. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Section10merch.com, patreon.com/section10. We'll see you guys at Fenway on Friday, and then we'll be back here Sunday at like 3 o'clock in the fucking morning to do this fucking podcast for you to have on Monday morning. Wow. Enjoy your off day on Thursday. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Spend time with your family and your loved ones and your friends and the people that care about you. Okay? Ba-doop, doop, doop.
Buenas noches, amigos.